Hello and welcome back to Stream Scene. The smile was very, very good, Loco. Welcome back to Stream Scene. My name is DJ Tech Live, and today we have a very special show for you. It is involving a very amazing man who is a pirate by day and night, and only a man a little bit during the afternoon. But first, let me introduce this wonderful co-host of mine, Loco. How are you doing today? And welcome here.
Hello, welcome back, guys, to episode 2 of the Stream Scene. It's good to have everybody, and of course, it is great to have BurkeBlack. How you doing, Burke?
Hi, everybody. How's y'all doing today? Okay, that's not really how I sound, but thought it'd be an interesting way to do it.
For those who don't know who you are, Burke, who are you? What are you doing on the show?
Well, I'm a fat guy, for one.
Oh, come on.
Okay, let's get that out of the way, just in case you were wondering.
Huggable.
I'm also a dork, an idiot, and I'm also a pirate on Twitch. Yeah, I dress up and do a pirate show and have a good time with that and have some laughs. And yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. You know, there's nothing really special about me besides that.
Well, I'll beg to differ. There's plenty special about BurkeBlack. He has been around. He's been around for a good long time. We've known each other for a long time. I think both of us, me and Loco, both knew Burke for a very long time. Burke is one of the only people that came up to me during a convention and gave me a hug without saying anything. So I was a little bit worried because it came from the back, you know. But when I turned around and saw the big luxurious beard and knew it was BurkeBlack, it was awesome. And you know, I always looked up to him as like one of the best production building streams on Twitch, because man, when he brings pirates, he brings it. It's not like, oh, let me put a pirate flag here, let me talk like a pirate. He brings the flames, and it's amazing to have him here today. So happy that he said yes. And my favorite BurkeBlack moment is when he gets a sub. It gets crazy. The whole chat goes in flames, and it's autumn. It's music, it's shooting, it's cannons. Loco, what's your favorite BurkeBlack moment that you can recall?
I mean, I would say like that's a good example of like the high production value. And I was actually looking through your VODs, and you've added this ship that goes by. Like that's like, did you get that done yourself?
No, I got that from Video Hive.
Really? I was like, dang, like it's like on another level.
Ship done like that would be quite expensive, but I will one day do that. I really want like the
wouldn't be surprised.
3D monstrosity. But it's funny you bring up that sub scene that you were talking about when I got my partnership and I was all freaking out and everything, because like before I was partnered on Twitch, like that used to be the fantasy, you know, and I used to fantasize like, man, how would I announce it, you know, like, you know, I'm going to have to do it to this song and then I'll have to wait and put on my hat, you know, and I just fantasized about that for months before it actually happened. This is a big surprise.
So how long have you been streaming, and how long did it take you to get partnered? I know it was a long road.
Yeah, it was, it was 1 year to get partnered. So, but I think next June 29th, it'll be 4 years on Twitch total. I think it'll be, yeah. So, but that first 6 months was utter crap. Last 6 months, I took it really serious and, you know, got partnered during that time, really. I would say, like, I streamed for a year, yes, but really it took me 6 months to get partnered, because the first 6 months was just like, I was just an idiot. I didn't know what I didn't do. I didn't do the Loco thing where I planned it out first. Did my research. I didn't do none of that. I just jumped into it. Like, oh, this looks kind of cool. People are making money and they're playing video games. Oh, man.
I mean, that's exactly what I did. I mean, honestly, you know, but you're famous for one big thing, and that's exploding. So I want to say, was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. How long was Warhammer?
Last year.
Yeah. God, it's crazy. You know, I always talk about how stream years are 7 years, right? Yeah. 1 year is 7 years. Feels like it was a lot longer ago. just watching it. I think all of us was there for that moment because I was helping you prepare with emotes, and you planned it out. You knew this time was coming, and it's almost like you had a prophecy in your dreams or something, because he was just like, I need these emotes, I need to do this. Warhammer's coming. This is gonna be my game. Let's everyone can host me on that day. So everybody prepared in the coalition, hosting, and next thing we were like, I need to play Warhammer, so, and ever since then, it just goes to show that you've always, and it's not always just a game, guys. It's the whole package. The game was just the exposure, right? It was the avenue that he needed to get seen, and everyone was like, holy crap. And Lou, you can see in this chat, holy crap, why haven't I been watching this guy? Like, I've seen it so much, and I was just like, he tried telling you, but it was.
I was gonna say, I think that was the game for you. That was like the telling game where you went from, just flying under the radar to boom, like now everyone knows BurkeBlack, everyone loves BurkeBlack.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, I guess, what went into planning for that game and why you chose that game and how, how it went. And I mean, from your
I will
side.
say that the planning for that game probably started, maybe like 2 years before, honestly, if you want me to be 100% serious. It's you can stream. You guys have seen that before. People stream a game, they get real big in the game, and then it collapses like right after. You know what I mean? That's happened like so many times on Twitch. So but I would say that the only reason people stuck around is because of the everything around it, like what DJ was saying, like the pirate stuff, the comedy, the being silly and overreacting and focusing on the people, and and using the game as a secondary. I'm never going to be like an MLG player. Everybody in my channel knows that. I'm not no good at that stuff. So I just focus on the audience and make sure that they're having a good time, and then we go from there. But for Warhammer, if we're talking about that specific moment, I actually started, I believe I started to see my uptick with Fallout 4's DLC. Do you remember when Fallout 4 first DLC? I hadn't touched the game until that point. I tried to notice that, it just wasn't doing that well, and it's too many people were streaming it, so it's best to just move on. I'll revisit it later. There's no rush to do it. So the DLC comes out, and I hit it, and I do a full playthrough of that. And everyone wants to see the DLC, so they keep coming in. The numbers start, going up a little bit, about 400 every night. All right. It was me and this other guy, like, battling for top spot, and I was like, what's he doing tonight, little bastard? All right, I'm gonna get he's ahead of me by 50 people, gosh dang it. So, I mean, it's fun. I mean, don't stress over the numbers, but sometimes it's just fun. It's like playing a video game in and of itself. Twitch is, like, how many followers did you get today? Can I beat this guy in this today? I mean, it's kind of fun in a game, but then Stellaris drops, and Stellaris,
the timing of that.
Yeah. So it was like a string.
It was perfect. As soon as I finished Fallout and I got the story done, Stellaris, they give me early access to Stellaris because I'm a Paradox fanboy. I love everything they do. And I saw another uptick from that, 700 people every night. I'm like, woo-ha, yay, but nobody was playing it on Twitch. Very little, maybe like a couple streamers were playing it, but nobody big cared to see it. So again, there was nobody to watch it except for some big fat dude who dresses up as a pirate, So I'm sure I irritated some people. Like, I gotta watch this. Some idiot dork over here going, look at this page. I'm sure there was a couple of guys like that who didn't, who weren't into it. And then the big one dropped. And I had met with Total War prior with Total War Arena. I was playing that, so they kind of knew me. And Total, they like working with people that they know, So, I kind of built up the hype of that by doing the other Total War games. Like, we're gonna have a war, guys. Warhammer's coming. And then when it dropped, again, I was like, one of the few people on Twitch. There are streamers that focus on Total War games, and they're out there. But what I'm saying, like the hype wasn't there until Warhammer. You know what I mean? People weren't excited for it until Warhammer. That really made it mainstream. So, again, not too many big streamers were playing it until I jumped up in numbers, and then they all started playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh, why are we playing
wait
this?"
a second. People actually watch grand strategy games. It's
I was like, I gotta learn this
for it. Like, and
Yeah.
people didn't realize
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
They're totally there. There is an audience. Like Stellaris just recently dropped its patch too, or its new DLC with robot empires, and there's going to be more Paradox games coming too, with like a Survive on Mars, and there's Spellforge is coming, which is like a fantasy city building game. It's going to be awesome.
Whoop. Got Loco's interest now. Better ears period.
Yeah.
It's an older series. It's like Spellforce 3, I think it is.
Yeah, I've heard of Spellforce before. Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing to see. I mean, and so what goes through your head at this point? So you're hitting this moment, you see these numbers, all these subs start going through. What is going through BurkeBlack's head at this moment? Are you thinking, oh my God, I got him?
Loco knows what was going through my head.
Oh, yeah?
Because we were talking, and I was like, she was like, "You're doing great, Burke." And I was like, "Oh, no. I've been down this road before. I know what happened."
Oh, yeah. The roller coaster.
It's going to go back down.
Oh.
I had it during City Skylines. I had 2,000 people watching me.
I remember that. Both of you had a lot of people. Loco was hitting 500s. Yeah, I remember that.
I had 2,000. So did Wolf.
Wolf Goes Roar?
Yes. I kept for some reason. So we were like battling it out for top spot for that game, and then all the streamers came home, and then that was over with. It was like all the way back down to my normal numbers, and then it happened again with Anno 2077, I think it is. Something like that. It's one of those.
2077.
I had a big, 1K people watching there and that, and I was like, woo! And then blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what stuck with Warhammer, but it hasn't gone away since. So when Total War Warhammer comes out, I mean, there was obviously a drop. It was like 3K every night for a long time, and then it dropped down, but it never regressed.
Right.
I mean, when you hit a game, and not just a game, but like a string of games that fit. I mean, there's strategy game after strategy game that just came out. Like it's like the stars aligned. At that point, you're consistent. You got all the other pieces, and now you have the audience. And with the hype just being there for so long.
Like after once I knew, because I knew Warhammer wasn't like my main game. I'm too much variety. I can't. I like to jump around way too much, and that's maybe sometimes to my detriment. I jump around too much. I got scolded a lot for leaving City Skylines by my pirate crew that are like, you shouldn't have left. You had a lot more room to grow because of that game. But I left early. But it's just the point that I get too excited and I want to try new things. But at leaving Warhammer, it was Subnautica. Like Subnautica just an update. So we jumped into that. 7 Days to Die. And it just kind of just kept steamrolling after that. And Loki was constantly saying, "It's all you, Burke. You're good. This is it, buddy. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
It's not
good."
And I was
we saw it. It's like riding that tailwind of a car in front of you, and then you be able to create your own. But the one big thing that I've seen, your time slot is really good. Like you have a really nice time slot. It's a transition period, right? It's not like the dead of night. It's right when everyone is transitioning, getting offline, and then you're at that point where you're like, God, who's online right now? And then they just see you and they just jump in, So how important was it to pick your slot, and when did you decide to do it? You just stream one day?
There was no planning. There was no thinking about this time slot or nothing. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's my dude.
I simply, at 10 p.m. my time is when I'm alone and nobody's going to bother me.
Okay.
And that's it. That was my game time. That's when I played Warcraft with my friends or did Call of Duty with my friends or whatever. Till about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I've always been like a late night person. It wasn't until Warhammer. Actually, I kept adding like 1 hour, as my streaming career went along, went from 3 to 4, then 5. And it was Warhammer that took me from 6 to 8, So I was like, you know what? Because I noticed that there's like, in that last 2 hours, I'd see quite an uptick. I never understood why. It was like
You're
right there.
That EU morning wake up slot at that point.
Yeah, I think so. You're right. And around 2 a.m. too, I notice an uptick every time. So it just kind of worked out, I was like, okay, this is a good time spot for me. I'm happy. I don't have days anymore, but who cares? It's overrated to be a vampire.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with your energy too. So around that time period, like a lot of the streamers that were getting a lot of numbers back then, they were just kind of like focusing on the game. They probably crack jokes here and there, but they don't have the level of energy you have. And I think that's what keep people's in. Like, I remember you had a subtrain of God knows how many people. And I was in there. I was like, oh my God, look at these numbers. I was like calculating the statistics and stuff, like sending it to him in messages. I was like, dude, keep doing it, whatever you're doing. And Burke's like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just sitting there like this. But that, I mean, when those nights happen like that, and they stay pretty consistent, like you get pretty consistent subs and you have a lot of long-term subs. What's the plan now? So you have your production down, you're happy, you're doing good, you're healthy, everything is going well for you. No? Okay, well, you look at least look like it.
Everything's working okay.
We'll be talking about
focus on that soon
as our topic of the week, actually. So more on that.
Yeah.
Soon.
So what's next for BurkeBlack? Like what's the next focus?
Seriously, just enhancing the production value even further. Now that I have some wiggle room, to actually get in some good stuff, I'm trying to up the ante on that and just focusing on the games that I know work for me. Not every game does, even if I want to play it, I don't entertain well with it. You know what I mean? Yes, I want to play every game, but there's some games I feel like, the people watching are the most important thing there is. So, if I'm not doing a good job of making people laugh or have a good time or whatever, then it's probably not a good idea to play it for me.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into some streaming news chit chat. We got a lot to talk about, some good topics. Then we're gonna talk about some video games, including, of course, Total War. And then we'll be on the second half of our show talking about streamer health as our topic of the week, followed by a Q&A at the end. So if you have questions for Burke that you're dying to ask, just hold on to those till the end of the show. So let's get into some news.
Oh, that sounds like Three Dog. And now...
Three Dogs. Time to get into some news.
So our first piece of news is YouTube Gaming. For any YouTube gaming streamers out there, have opened their sponsorship program, which is not what you think it is. It is actually their version of the sub button subscription system on Twitch. So it's not like sponsored by YouTube. It's I guess because they already have subscriptions. Their subscriptions are our follows. So now their sponsorships are our subscriptions. It's confusing, but you can if you are qualified, if you have 1,000 subs, aka followers on YouTube Gaming, you'll be eligible for the program. It will allow people to sponsor you for $4.99 a month. You get access to emoticons, a chat badge. There's a sponsor only chat mode. There's a slow mode. Do these sound like familiar features, guys? Do these make any sense to you guys? You guys heard of this before?
We know it's difficult. Just just hang with us.
Innovating the whole thing. It's all different.
I mean, they should have just said followers and subscribers at this point. Like, let's be real. I mean, I never knew why you were called a subscriber when you just hit a follow button on YouTube. Because when I hit that button, I was like, what am I subscribing to? So what are we looking at, Loco? Like, how is this formatted? Do you know the price or anything like that?
So it's $4.99 a month. I'm sorry?
Do they have tiers?
They don't have tiers. It's one flat fee. One flat rate, $4.99. Not sure what the split is either between YouTube and the content creator, the streamer. And yeah, so the perks are like, I'm not sure about the emoticon limits either. But yeah, they have like their own sponsor only chat mode, slow mode, immunity. And if you're looking at the video, there's like submit your own emoticons. Overall, it's like a good thing for streamers. There are people that stream there Of course, none of us do, but that doesn't mean people don't give it a shot because there's a lot less competition. Of course, there is less viewership, but this definitely people that are on YouTube already via their non-live content, like their videos, if they already have a following there, it makes sense for a YouTuber to just try out YouTube gaming, and maybe do both, do Twitch as well. I mean, unless they get partnered. So,
I never really visit that website at all, and I keep forgetting about it. YouTube gaming, and
yeah.
I think didn't they mix like live and non-live content, kind of like all meshed together now?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. I think they're trying to fill gaps or something. But my question is, what? It's just real confusing for me the way this thing works. I understand that they have a similar program than us and everything, but do they have to put hashtag ad for everybody that comes in? Like, if they're sponsors, do they have to say thank you?
It's
Billy,
a terrible word.
hashtag ad.
It's such a bad word to use.
Like, it's just
bad.
it's like that donation word, right? It's just like too much gray area.
I don't use donation. I just have it say it's like a tip jar. You just
tip. Yeah. Tips are good. Tips are solid.
But sponsors are like a horrible word. That's probably, that's the best they could have chosen. Is that because that's everything about sponsors.
Support, like being a supporter.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Nice. Yeah.
Sponsors, it's such a confusing term.
It's surprised it. I don't know. I'm surprised it didn't get hit up yet, but I'm pretty sure it will at some point. But is anybody interested in YouTube gaming? I mean, on a positive note, because I don't want to sound like we're just completely. I mean, we are biased, but you know what I mean.
No, it's a good thing. Like,
yeah, I mean, the video quality of YouTube is good. I mean, let's be real. They have a really good video quality. Their VOD system is obviously good, right? So there's some positive things about it. And if you're a brand new streamer and you're on Twitch, you can do both. If you're a brand new streamer and there's no binding, you explore your options. Yeah, do all of it.
As long as you can handle like communicating with all the chats. Like there's a program called Restream that allows you to stream one feed to all 3 sites, and then there's like a combined chat that you can read as well. So, this, like I said, you need 1,000 subscribers to be eligible for this program. And I don't know if you guys know this, but they have an integrated tipping system called Super Chat, and it's like basically viewers can spend money and give the streamer money, and their message pops up in chat. It stays there longer. There's like a color to it. It's almost like kind of like bits, except it's like they are just upfront about the currency. You don't have to buy a currency. It's like you can directly give tips. So this is like just another monetization feature for streamers looking to get into YouTube gaming. It's a good move on their part.
Is this something like this sponsor thing? Is this only for their live stream portion, or is it also for like the YouTube channels of people just upload videos?
Yeah, do they get 2 buttons? They get a subscribe and a sponsor button? Like, that's a good question.
No, then aren't the like YouTube regular channel people kind of pissed off about this?
I believe that the sponsor button is on their static page as well. Like it's kind of like tied together, I believe, because YouTubers have been able to lock content behind like paywalls for some time now. I'm pretty sure it's all linked together.
It's like a whole new button altogether from what it looks like. It looks like it's a split button. It says subscribe on one side and sponsor on the other side.
Yeah.
So I wonder if their main page has that.
I'm pretty sure it does, because I've seen people that like are YouTubers, but I've never seen them on YouTube gaming, and they're like, hey guys, you can now support me on YouTube with this sponsor button.
Oh, okay. So, honestly, that's good. That's good for them. I mean, with all the changes YouTube is going through and a lot of slack that they're getting from it, I mean, at least they're providing, because people were complaining about YouTube a long time before this even happened. So my thing is, at least they're providing some kind. It may not be the best, but at least they're providing something, and that way people have options, because competition is great. I really want YouTube gaming to take off, because I want Twitch to see we need to pick up our game on our video quality. Our VOD system needs to be, a little bit more tighter. In Mixer, I'm happy. I'm rooting for Mixer, because, like I said, competition is probably the best thing for Twitch right now. And whatever platforms are doing great, it's going to make the other platform want to do even better. In the right world, anyway.
And it's good for the millions of broadcasters that are, trying to find a spotlight, which is on Twitch is super hard when you're starting from nothing. So
it is hard, yeah. But I mean, YouTube is very hard, like making a YouTube channel.
That's a pool, man.
So we'll see how it goes. Still think they could have chose a better word, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna have to say something about that, because that's, with all this stuff going around, that we're getting ready to go into the topic anyway.
Yeah.
That's good. Lead. So, Loco, you understand this thing more than me. She's our resident lawyer. So
last week, the FTC on their Twitter, I believe it's /FTC, had a a Q&A session that you can check out on their tweets, basically answering a lot of questions that it's funny because I brought this up like 2 weeks ago, and I've seen other creators talk about disclosures on Twitter, because, more and more people, I've seen people post pictures with like a product, and they're like, love to start my day with like this, so-and-so cup of coffee. And meanwhile, I know they're being paid for it. I'm sure there are people that know, but like, you need to disclose that information. Like, you have to tell, you're not just like casually taking a picture with this product. So they had a Q&A last week, and if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend checking it out. Again, I will link their Twitter for you guys. But basically, it started like there was just a lot of confusion, and they did a good job of answering questions. They were clear, and I'll talk about it in just a sec. I almost linked to Zoom meeting. That would have been awkward. But it did lead to a lot of backlash, and I don't know. Did you guys follow this? Did you guys check out the Q&A of what they said?
I couldn't understand it. Like, it's just not something that I'm typically used to. So I understand that you're supposed to disclose when you're being paid, and I think that's something that you should always do. Why would you risk your Twitch channel, your Twitch career by not doing that? It's stupid and dumb. Like somebody's going to pay you like, $500 to promote their, styrofoam cups, then just tell people you're doing that. Because if you don't, you can get in a lot of trouble. It's stupid to risk it for $500. Somebody's paid you $3 million. Maybe I can understand, but disclose everything. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But with the FTC's thing, it's just like, I was trying to follow what they were saying on Twitter, but then like they would say something and then they would contradict themselves. Like,
right.
Down. You're like, put an ad in your title, and then next minute it'd be like, well, you got to tell people every minute that you were being sponsored. Do you understand what live content is? Yeah, And I feel like they're trying, like they don't know what Twitch is, but they know what YouTube is.
Yeah,
they were trying to label out those rules for that.
Yeah, they actually tweeted a direct comment about the live streaming, and they said, I'll get the exact quote, but they basically said, if during a live stream, you should say it in the beginning and at the end. If it is a video, like you put it on YouTube or you upload it, you need to say it in the video and written in the description.
Yes, hearing this from you is completely different from what I was told before.
It was all over the place. It's almost like they were trying to figure it out while typing it.
Yeah.
But the thing is I understand that, because that was always disclosed to me in contracts and stuff before I took the sponsorship, to say it in the front, post it on Twitter, make sure you have ad or sponsored, and do it after. But the confusion comes into play when they were saying stuff like, anything you receive free that can quote unquote influence you in any way, you have to disclose it. I'm just like, so I get free codes all the time. Do I have to sit there and be like, hey, thanks for this free code I'm gonna be playing today of Rainbow Six Siege #ad, not getting paid, like, or whatever. I don't know. So how does that work?
That was like the biggest backlash by streamers. It's like, we get get free games all the time. We get early access to games. Do we have to say this every time we go live with this game now? You know, a lot of people were just like, this doesn't influence me. It's just like, what hashtag ads like a bit misleading because I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
So to comment on the confusion about what you need to say during a live stream, I linked the tweet in the chat, but basically they said, as long as influencer is getting that word out to their viewers / followers, ... say beginning and end of stream, they're meeting guidelines. So that's in reference to like when you're live streaming it. Now for Twitch also, I believe Twitch is a rule where you need to have hashtag ad or say that you're sponsored in your title as well. And that I know a lot of like paid contracts are like that as well.
But the thing is this: what classifies as a ad, right? So that's still something I feel like they didn't really fully get into, because now we're all confused.
Okay,
like,
so they addressed that. They addressed about
Okay.
the getting free games thing, and this is what they said. As an influencer, someone who is part of a large community with a significant following, especially online, if brand provided you with free game or paid you to review, you need to disclose that connection in the review. That includes if brand gave you a code to play a game for free. Do not assume followers know it was free or that you were paid. Example, you're given a free game code without asking for it and choose to share a review. You can say ad or sponsored, but those aren't the only ways to disclose. A good example could say, blank company just gave me a free game code, here's my honest review. Or you could say, blank company gifted me this game so I could review it. For video reviews,
okay.
Yeah. For video reviews like YouTube and other, the disclosure must be in the video itself, both verbal and written. So I think so basically you need to tell people if you got the game for free. You don't have to say hashtag ad. You just gotta somehow, you could be like, thanks to this company for this game, I'm streaming it right now or something.
So what determines? All right, so Loco, I got a question for you. What determines? Why is this a thing? Because there's people out in the audience who probably don't know. Why is disclosing a thing?
CS:GO skins. Oh, man, excuse me.
It comes down to ethics. Video. If you're a company that reviews games or technology or something, and you're getting something for free, it is the right for consumers to know that you got that for free, because whether it does or does not influence your opinion, it can, and that's up to the person reading to make that decision whether they trust your review. But it's important to know that, because it does influence people, and even if you don't think it does, it's just ethical to let your followers know that you did get this for free. If they trust you and you're honest about your review, it's okay to be critical, right? But yeah, it's the ethical thing to do. Like, even if this wasn't a requirement, like, if you got a game for free, you should. I mention it, like, whenever people ask, how'd you get this game, or especially early access. I'm like, I was provided a code for this, or like even before this was a thing. But yeah, so you got to tweet about it too.
I'm perfectly fine with what the FCC is doing. I'm all for protecting the consumer and not having people be lied to. I think that I'm all for that. I just want them to be clear about the rules so that I can comply and that I don't wonder about if I'm doing it right or not. That's all I want them to do.
Yeah. So, and I want Twitter to add more than 140 characters now, since I got to do all this, so it's like,
I know, right?
It's like, I'm getting ready to play Ark and the new expansion is coming out. I didn't have to buy, well, I'm not going to say that, but I just got this code for free to review or do an interview. There's ways I can do it, but at that point I can't link my I didn't have to pay a thing for it. yeah. I can't link my, my channel or anything at this point, because 140 characters deep. I'm giving it disclosures, and it's, I don't know. You can't fight it, chat. It may seem silly, but it's some serious legal stuff that can bury you.
And like I said, you want to comply. Like, it's fine. It's just, I just want more clarity on what they want me to do.
Right. Especially when you're getting paid, right? Like, that's an obvi.
That one's easy though. You hashtag add that.
I think a lot of this is happening because of make a joke about it, but the CS:GO skins and all the scandals with people getting paid behind scenes, not saying about it. You know what I mean?
There's a thing. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than us, right?
You know what I mean? So they see that that's becoming a problem, and it is a form of gambling, man. If you're buying something with a chance to win it, you know what I mean? It's this gambling right there.
And I think the funny thing is a lot of us are complaining about this disclosure thing, but we've been doing disclosure for a long time. We just haven't thought about it, right? We were like, when we're giving away games, we were like, this game is provided by Insomniac Games.
Do that, but I mean, like I said, I had brought this up.
It's the tweeting
a few weeks ago. That because streamers are getting sponsored by all these companies. They're getting free swag. Even if you're not getting paid, like there's people that are receiving free gifts, and they're just posing with it, be like, I love this, and not saying like where it came from, the fact that they didn't pay for it. Not that I don't believe that they love it, but it's just it should be a thing that you do.
I feel like I gotta be careful now because I have buy drink next to me all the time, and I drink it all the time because I love buy, and then I make jokes like buy, but I'm not actually sponsored by buy. I just screw around with it.
And that's fine, right? Like
you don't disclose it.
If you didn't get it for free and you're not being paid, you could. I mean, an example is there's a chocolate brand that I love, and I always talk about on my stream, and I always joke like # not sponsored yet, but I mean, like that's okay, right? Like if you're not getting paid or you didn't get it for free, then there's no ethical bias that comes into it, so you don't see the chat knows. But yeah, and as for the question about if you're not in the US, if you have US viewers, which you will, everyone does, you still need to comply, and it's the safe thing to do, right? Like
just do it anyway.
Check your local laws, but you should just do it anyway.
Yeah, it's better safe than sorry, because I mean, we're complaining about it because we don't understand it fully yet, right? We're just thinking this, guys, more work. But at the end of the day, just play it safe. If your stream is important to you or your videos are important to you, it's just safer to be safe than sorry at the end of the day. But Twitch extended how much you can put in your bar now when it comes to the game. So have a paragraph later. We'll have it there.
That actually reminds me. Someone what?
You just leave that as a standard game code provided by.
You might as well just leave it there.
You might as well just leave that there.
Yeah. So before, go ahead.
Twitch. Sorry, just one more thing to comment on. Someone asked if you disclose it on Twitch, do you need to do it on Twitter too? You don't have to go out of your way to tweet and say that, like, you're not, like, you don't have to tweet about it if you're playing the game, but if you're making a tweet about the game, then you need to disclose it. Like, and you probably will if you're going live, right? Like, you should be posting to Twitter whenever you're streaming. You'd be like, hey, guys, I'm live with Tomb Raiders, thanks for the game code, like, non-specific example, whatever. But yeah, so if you're saying what game you're playing, then you should include that. But you don't have to like go out to all your social medias and be like, hey guys, like, oh god, I'm streaming this. Disclosure. It's not like that.
That's a good idea. What he just said right there. Twitch should implement like a disclosure field that'll always be displayed.
Oh, like kind of like the rules of the chat.
Yeah.
Like you have to hit okay. That would yeah. I mean, I think that would be good. Yeah. And if they could auto-populate the game, kind of like how the fields work, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, that's definitely
idea.
Yeah. Should definitely take that to them.
Wait till TwitchCon. We'll present it to them. We'll call it the OC Jenner idea of disclosure.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea, actually. I just don't want the only thing that I'm afraid of, to be honest with you, and this is gonna sound stupid to some of you, I feel that my chat is a little bit on the fence when they see I'm doing a sponsored stream in general. So now that I have to have everything to have hashtag ad pretty much or whatever or sponsored, I just hope it doesn't influence the chat to think that I'm only doing certain things because in their minds I'm getting paid. Because I don't want to sit there and say I'm getting paid for something and not getting paid, right? Like,
I mean, I get that.
Right, that's my business, Like, so if I just put hashtag ad, I don't want them to be like, God, again, DJ, like. We miss when you just play video games.
Well, first of all, like,
but you don't
I've
mind
talked
getting
about
paid.
like sponsorships on my stream recently, and viewers like the notion or the preconception that, you know, ads, hashtag ad or actually hashtag sponsored is like a bad thing. That just like needs to be like a change in how viewers see that hashtag ad and that hashtag sponsored, and that's gonna be just educating them about what hashtag ad means. And right now, that doesn't mean you're getting paid. That just means that there's some like either you're getting paid or you just got the game for free. So it's gonna be just like that. It needs to be a change of attitude in how the viewers see that. And you know what? If you're getting paid to play a game, like as a viewer, you should be psyched to see your favorite streamer getting paid to play a game, because those opportunities are huge and you know, really really help pay the bills, and it really makes it so that we don't have to rely on tips as much to get those opportunities. So sponsored things aren't really like they shouldn't be seen as like a bad thing.
Yeah,
I do a lot of them.
Yeah,
I do a lot of sponsored streams. Like, you know, I don't have any problems with it at all. It's part of the you know, streaming career life. You know, like sponsored streams are just part of it. It's not that big a deal. But you know, sure, you get a couple guys be like, I need to, but I mean, like, that's just an overreaction. You know, like in a month, I probably get 1 or 2, right? And
it'll die out. Yeah,
10 hours every day. You gonna give me crap over 2 hours? One, you know, 2 days out of the month? Come on.
I feel like I have to explain myself more, you know, like Summoners War, when that came through, you know, I didn't know how that was going to do. They told me I could be transparent about it, though. They said, just don't like be a you know, a bad person to where you don't have any manners, but you can be transparent. If you enjoy the game, tell them. If you don't, tell them, you know, what you would like to see better. That's the constructive criticism. But I love that game.
I've never seen a sponsored deal that they say you can't say bad things or you can't be honest. I wouldn't take a deal like that. I don't think many people would. It's like as long as there's a right way and a wrong way to go about handling those type of things, and it's really something you should do for all games that you're looking at, sponsored or not. If you have an issue with a game, you just being like, this game's trash, bag of garbage, piece of junk game. Stupid,
hey, that's just bad manners. You don't want to do that.
Oh, I always like when I'm streaming a game and I'm critical of a game. I'm always like speaking in a perspective as if a dev or someone's watching, because I played games that I did not like, and the devs were there for that, and some of them still watch my stream somehow. But it's because like I'm not like just kicking it into the curb. I'm saying what I don't like about it, what it could be improved. You know, be constructive, and like I guess say things that actually like contribute, like make sense. Like they'll just like spew off like randomness, I guess.
Well, some people go crazy. They're like, the developers should be shot for this terror.
People do that.
There's no need for that. You know, if you don't like it, then if you're doing this, like, first of all, you're right. If you do a sponsorship, never agree to anything where they say you can't talk. You know, you can't not say you don't like the game, whatever. Okay, I'll never agree to that. That's dumb. You know, you're basically paying for. The way I look at it is that they're paying for. You know, usually I'd probably be playing, you know, game X, you know, and maybe I wouldn't play this other game normally. So they're basically paying for a 2-hour ad spot, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
They just want to see
we're advertising for them
for like 2 hours to advertise the game. Now, if I don't like it, then, you know, I'm gonna be like, well, it ain't for me, you know. And sometimes you can end the sponsor stream section, especially if you really don't like the game, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really feeling this, you know. I don't think there's any benefit to them because I'm not enjoying it, whatever, you know. So I mean, there's no reason to overreact. You know, some people go take it way overboard. You know, like
even people not sponsored take it way overboard.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like for instance, I did Osiris, and they've been wanting me to stream this game for months because I streamed it when it first came out, and I enjoyed it because I was like, wow, it's a space. I'm a big space science nut. And when I logged into the game, I saw they had classes finally, like things that should have been in the game. If I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. They didn't pay me, and I forgot to disclose it. I did receive codes for free and I gave them out, so I just forgot to disclose it or anything. I did in the Twitter, but I forgot to put it in my chat. I mean my bar. But on the side of that, I was very transparent. After I played a game for 5-6 hours, didn't even know I did. So obviously I was enjoying it somewhat. But at the end, I said, something's still missing. The classes don't feel relevant. It feels like you just pick whatever you want, do everything on the map. They need to have some, some punishment behind dumping your skill points into random things. So I went on this whole thing, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take that VOD and give it to them, because they were looking for me to stream that game, and they're gonna see that I actually spent time. It's not like a Steam review where I spent 0.2 seconds on it and said it was trash.
Looks stupid. 0 out of 10.
Yeah. And they didn't have to pay me for that. I just enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the company. I like what they're doing, and they really investing in streamers. And some streamers just don't give them a chance. I'm that guy. So yeah, next time I have to put #ad. And I think I like ad way better than sponsored. Just because, it's
less
just
characters.
Yeah.
On Twitter, that's
But speaking of I just recently did a sponsorship for Ghost Recon Wildlands,
right,
for their PvP beta. Man, I wouldn't even it's like a completely different game with the play style anyway, because one's like an RPG shooter. This is it feels like SOCOM to me, classic SOCOM,
right?
PlayStation 3. So I wouldn't have even known about that if they hadn't done a sponsorship thing with me, like, here, check out the game for an hour. And I was like, what? This is fun. This is really good. And I'm like looking forward to the thing. And I hope everybody played it from my community over here. I told you to check it out. It was free.
Speaking of video games, we have some games to talk about. We got some games. We've got Total War Warhammer 2 coming out this Friday. Somebody's Discord is popping. Total Warhammer 2 comes out this Friday, but Burke's and some streamers have already been playing it.
I think that was my Discord.
I was like, you shouldn't hear anything on my side but my voice.
You shouldn't be hearing any echoing from me or nothing. You should be fine.
Nah, I don't. Yeah.
Headphones on now. My speakers are off.
Yeah.
But they did a really early access this time around. Last time it was like 2 or 3 days, I think, for Warhammer 1. That they're hammering the excitement for this one. I've started playing it, and I'm just lost. It's nothing but pure joy and excitement on my end. I've been waiting, because it's not like I think they probably shouldn't have called it Total War Warhammer 2, because that's confusing people. Every time they come in the chat, they're like, so this is a sequel after a year? Looks like the same game. It's because it is. It's a standalone expansion to the last.
What is up with that lately? Like, everybody's doing a standalone expansion. Like, it's the new trend.
I don't know. It's what they wanted to do, because it's a full map. I mean, the map is bigger than the last one. So basically, if you take America, or not America, take the world, right? Take the world. That's what I meant to say. America ain't that big. Anyway, take the world. Warhammer 1 is like Europe and a little bit of Middle East and a little of the Balkans area, right? And then you just take Antarctica and you put it on the top instead of the bottom, okay? And that's it. Antarctica's up there. And it's got that. And this game is all America, Central America, Africa, and South America. It's like all of that. And there's some weird island in the middle of all of it. So that's what this landed. And the map is completely based around the campaign of the Vortex, which I think Loco's played it a little bit. So the Vortex.
I have not.
Big deal.
Wait, 2 or 1?
Warhammer 2? 2?
I haven't played it yet.
What? I thought I saw you were playing it today.
No, I'm playing 1. I'm starting 2 on Wednesday. So.
Wait a minute, is 2 out? 2's out already?
No, it's not out till the 28th.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what do you like the Warhammer stuff?
Dude, I don't understand this game.
Okay, so all right, let me break it down.
I want to understand it.
Ancient warfare. like Rome days. You remember how like every movie you see with Rome, they're all marching in formation and charging into battle each other, right? That's what this Total War series is about. It's about ancient style warfare, ancient style tactics. Now you throw in dragons and minotaurs and spiders and freaking disgusting hell pits and giant rats. You know, now you've got Warhammer, okay? But they still play in Rome style tactics of ancient warfare, formation based, marching into battle, spears, you know, the mighty 300 holding you off with their spear wall, you know, and the phalanx and all that stuff. So that's what it's about. That's why this game wouldn't be good for like Warhammer 40K, because it's guns and just running all over the place and people screaming and limbs being blown off. Okay,
right.
You can't do that. This game, your limbs have got to be cut off. Okay, not blown off. Big difference there. Important to know that. But yeah, it's that's the gist of it. You know, actually, you know, like there's a book that you can look called. I think it was called Ancient Warfare, and it shows like legit formations and battle tactics used by generals like Caesar and Hannibal and all these guys, and you can use those same battle tactics in the Warhammer game to help you win. That it's that detailed on how tactics. Well, I mean, you know, minus the damn dragon that just showed up in formations, but yeah.
It looks pretty cool. Like this map looks beautiful. Like it's, I don't know. I like it. Like I've played a little bit of Total War Warhammer 1. I'm working on the Dwarven campaign. But this is, to me, like I played when it came out, Warhammer 1 last year, and that was my intro to Grand Strategy games. So I played that in Stellaris. What did I play recently? I played a little bit of Hearts of Iron, and out of those, like this one, Total Warhammer 1 is this simpler to pick up. It's still a lot, like it's a lot different from anything that I've played. It's definitely overwhelming at first, and it's one of those genres that it really takes research and like I've sat and watched like strategy videos for all these games because it can be a lot to learn, but it's really fun.
Man, that's the hard one. I can't wrap my mind around that one. That's a tough game.
Still can't wrap my head around that.
Good. They made things a little bit easier in the new one, but like you have to be like when you create divisions, you have to like be almost like a rocket scientist to figure out how to build with anti-tank, the proper tank vehicles to equip.
Yeah, it's insane the depth of that game.
There's tons of stuff in that, but I love it. It is. You know, we do like a big multiplayer match on my channel with everybody picking a nation.
Dude, that's like,
oh
sick.
wow,
that's really
cool. Cool. I didn't even know you could do that. That's dope.
Yeah, I tell them they have to role play. So I'll be seeing them in chat go, you know, Argentina does not quite like the aggressive nature of Germany right now. You know, or Germany does not quite appreciate Argentina and all of its singing. And they're like,
interesting.
Don't like Argentina music? We declare war.
Can you do that in Warhammer, or is that only in that?
Warhammer is a 2-player co-op. So now you can do a 2-player versus, I think, as well, but it's not. It's only 2-player. You know, like so you know who you're fighting. But wouldn't they? Man, it would be amazing to see them allow like 30 players into Total War Warhammer. I would just die.
Dude, I would totally play it then because it's less overwhelming for me.
Turns though would probably take like a millennia to go through though.
Yeah.
Unless they figured out some clever way to do it.
What in this video, what factions have you played so far for Warhammer 2?
Well, I just finished up Skaven and I got wrecked because I did not understand the power that I needed to do with Skaven, because the Skaven they play differently than anything I've ever really played in Warhammer. They rely on their food. They rely on Skaven corruption. I also wasn't aware of like the treasure chests that really were floating around everywhere. I mean, it told me in the tutorial, but I didn't realize how important they really were until like later in the campaign when they started to award me with like 10 grand because I came across this sunken ship. I was like, okay, that's like, you know, 6 turns worth of money right there that I could have done, you know. When I started to figure out Skaven near the end of the run, and unfortunately the damn elves just dominated, and they had complete. You can see in this video, the elves are the half moon that's upside down. The blue in the middle, they're almost there. They're halfway done.
Oh wow!
Getting to the final right that will control the tempest. So, or the vortex. And what I started doing later on, though, because the Skaven are all about the Zerg from StarCraft. That's what the Skaven basically are. They're like the Zerg of Warhammer. There are multitudes and multitudes of them. So one of my viewers suggested, why don't you just make a slave army to back up your main army? And the slave army is like the slave Skaven are like these little rats, and they're all banged up and beaten and everything, and they just got like a measly little weapon, and they're super cheap. They cost like nothing. They're like like 21 gold to maintain, and that's nothing. It's easy to just maintain a Skaven slave army. So the idea was you send them in first to let them just batter themselves up against it. Yeah. So while they're screwing around with that, you can use your main army to do the actual destruction. And there was scenes where we were just laughing because I have these big giant lightning cannons the Skavens have. That's what they're into, like they're into weird engineering experiments, like crazy stuff. I just send the slave Skaven up there to like gum up the works of these powerful units, and then I just nuked them. And I didn't care about the friendly fire. The slave Skaven can die. Who cares? It's a very Skaven thing to do. So it was a blast. But yeah, I started figuring things out after I lost. So I want to hit him. I'm gonna play him again. I think I want to play him again after the high elves are done. That's what I'm playing now. The high elves. We're too good for all you.
Scares me, Pastor.
Gosh, we are the ones who matter the most, you lesser creatures.
Yeah.
So for streaming purposes, for advice for streamers looking to get into this, what do you recommend? I mean, because you're already streaming it. It comes out Friday. There's gonna be people that want to stream it. Is it a stream? Is it a skip? Like when is a good time to get into it?
Make it fun. Make it fun. Like there's gonna be the hardcore Total War guys. They want to see some hardcore serious gameplay like a tactician. They want to see Hannibal Barca on Twitch leading his rat army to victory. There's those guys that want to see that. I'm not their guy. That's not. I can't do that. I am not Hannibal Barca. I am his second fat cousin to the left. His mom's tree that doesn't know what the hell he's doing and just pointing at stuff like, attack that. That's me, okay? So if you're not good at the game, that's okay. Don't worry. Don't be disheartened by comments from chat from people saying, well, you're just sitting there leaving your archers in the back, letting them get wrecked by a tower. Like,
I just see it now.
Yeah, buddy. They're there to soak up the damage of that. They all signed an agreement for that, pal. That's why they're there. Okay? So just make it fun. You know what I mean? If you're not good at it, just make it fun. Zoom in on the battles. Let them watch them hack each other to pieces and be like, oh my God. Just to have some fun.
From my experience with these games, the communities are usually actually pretty welcoming and happy to help. Like, I mean, I'm still very new to Total War. I put that in my title. I'm like, tips are welcome. And people are like, I haven't really had many people that are like, you're a noob, get out of here, stop playing this game. It's more like
you haven't played it long enough.
It'll come.
I mean,
it'll come. Once that noob thing falls off, they'll be like, girl, you ain't new. We've been here for 3 months. It's time to roast you.
All right, if I can catch this game in 3 months, then roast me. I'm happy with that. Whatever.
That's when you let the backseating come in. You be like, just backseat me in, and then not do what they say.
It's not as bad as like, if you like, dude, like Call of Duty, people come in and like, you suck.
Oh God, yeah.
Dude, I'm top of the leaderboard. Come on, like I'm trying my best. Like
camper.
Like one match I went through. I think it was. I'm terrible at Call of Duty, but I'll use this Ghost Recon stream that I did the other night. It's like I went through a match. I was like, I slaughtered this guy. I got the game-winning kill or something, And then next match, I get killed in the first second of the match, and this guy's like, man, you straight. Why do I watch you? You suck. You're just a piece of shit. What you are.
Can't win.
What are you gonna do with those guys? You got to make fun of them back,
Yeah.
Like, thank you, Lord asshole. I appreciate that.
Exactly. Perfect thing to say. Yeah, I mean, it's like, me playing Divinity. This funny thing is I thought I was going to get roasted by people because it's like my first time really diving into that game. I chose a harder setting like I always do than normal or whatever. And people, only thing that makes me mad is when everybody goes wrecked when you die of something that, and because I'm just like, I really tried it and I listened to you and you made me die. But when you have like new to the community or whatever, because I was afraid to try Warhammer because it's so overwhelming, and
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many people that know that game so much better than I do. And I'll sit there and I'll just read something, be lost. And I don't want the chat to be like, God, can he read? Like, just staring at it,
You gotta read it out loud. You got to.
Yeah.
Like the days are gone where we would read something
yeah.
quietly.
I would change my voice and all, but then I'd be like, what, I'm just gonna send this army and they all got wiped. Okay, But is it okay? Do you think it's okay to have those moments where, you don't, because you went into the game knowing it? What if I go into the game? I don't know anything about this game, and I go in. Do you think it's somebody like me or someone that's brand new streaming that's interested in the game? Do you think they should take a chance, or how do they go about it?
Literally, it hurts nothing to do that. Like you do it, and you don't feel like it's going well, then hey guys, changing games, and I'm not feeling it. That's all you got to do. Don't if you don't. Like I feel like some streamers that they'll start a game and then they'll be like, I got to stay the entire night on this.
Yeah.
Got to. If you start doing something and it ain't feeling right and you feel like the energy in your channel is not there and it's not right for you, you feel down about it, then stop and change the game to something that does.
Yeah.
Like if you're not having a good time, the channel's not going to have a good time. You know what I mean?
So, abort mission.
And the thing about these,
on zooming in on the battles, like look at that and be like, I think once you start seeing that, you can learn the rest of that as you go. Like you said, like Loco said, there's people that'll help you. There are, the hardcore, not all the hardcore Total War people like that. They will, of course, help you. You know what I mean? Like the vast majority of them are great.
Yeah, and the thing about this game is it's not like it's not gonna be like a ton of streamers playing these games because it's it's not for everybody. It's very niche. So I will say like it's probably worth checking out some tutorial videos, reading about it a little bit, do a little bit of just research, I would say, because I'm not sure if Warhammer 2 has like a full-fledged tutorial, but Warhammer 1 they give you pointers, but they're not like there's just these games are always going to have more to learn beyond what they're going to teach you.
It does a better job with the explanation of like city management and the UI, but I think it's kind of like letting you decide your own fate when it comes to actual battles, so like spearmen are good against horses, or if you don't have any like front linemen, you'll use spearmen as your front line because you need the rock that you need. Tide is coming, you need something to block that tide that's coming. So you need your front linemen, and then after that it's how you use your archers, how you use your cavalry, and how you use your artillery, and how you use your hero or spellcasters or your anti-infantry stuff. Like but the fundamental thing is that front line. You always need a good front line.
Makes sense.
Yeah, flanking, exactly like Kaiju said there. Flanking is important. That means like coming around on the sides or behind them or something. Anything you can do to give yourself an advantage that ultimately most of the battles are just that. One front line meeting another, and then worrying about your left flank, your right flank, and using your other stuff to deal with that. Yeah. Using heal.
And this game is co-op too, right?
What's that?
This game is co-op as well.
Yeah. It's got 2
so that's another option. Yeah, like multi-stream or something, you can do that. Just make sure to don't forget about talking to your viewers and acknowledge people that come in. Don't get too focus mode. But yeah, I think it looks a lot of fun. I'm excited to play it. Comes out this Friday, and there's a community for grand strategy games if that's something that you want to get into. So for our next game, we have Holdfast Nations at War. Now, this is another Burke expertise here because this game just recently came out on early access on Steam. I think
Out of
it's
nowhere.
$20.
Yeah,
And
$20.
yeah, so Burke, I watched your VOD a little bit. Tell us about this game. What do you do in this game?
Okay, this game came out of nowhere for one. Like nobody knew about it. I saw it by happen chance when I was looking at Steam. I was like, upcoming games, like what's Holdfast? And when we started talking about it on the a New Game Plus about it, and everyone got excited once we saw what it was about. Okay, so like the first thing you need to do is strip away your Call of Duty, strip away your Battlefield. Okay, that's not what this is. It's saying, I'm going to get the most kills and be top of the leaderboard. That's not what it is, okay? It's like 120 players split. I think it's like 75, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 125 players.
All right. Yeah, 65 or 65, okay. So, and it's set in the 1700s, so that means one shot, and then you got to reload, pour the stuff in there, do the little thing. You got some people like who could be flute, they could play the flute, and they give you a buff, if they're doing
cool.
Yeah, and a
yeah,
drummer
I see a flute guy in your video right now.
Yeah, so and you have like
as you look up.
So like you can choose all kinds of different classes, but it's absolutely hilarious because if you go with the flow, it's funny and entertaining. But if you try to try hard it, you're probably not going to have the most fun experience because I don't know how you try hard a freaking 1700 midi battle royale, whatever. So so you march into battle, and you can role play a little bit if you want to, but if not, that's fine. You don't have to. Just follow your line. Don't be a Rambo guy, because that's not what the battles are for. It's for like these intensive, massive shootouts in lines and lines of people. Like you see me there, I'm marching with this guy. He's playing the flute. There's my commander. Nobody else was marching with us, so I was like, screw it, I want to do it. This Pierre guy was just marching me into battle wherever I went. And there's smoke everywhere, and there was cannon fire, and then we walk up here, and then we take a knee and start firing and shooting. So yeah, man, I mean, it's worth a look.
I mean, it looks great for $20.
It looks really interesting.
Yeah, does it have voice over IP?
It does, yes.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm down.
So I was being yelled orders out by the guy with the sword there, my officer.
Really?
He's like, all right, gentlemen, I want you right up here. Get ready to open fire. Prepare.
Oh my!
Orders fire.
Yeah, you've got people lining up right now.
Yeah, look, we're lining up and everything. We're just shooting into that house.
Dude, like, this could be like, can you host servers? Because like getting like a role play streamer,
I don't know.
Battle, man. Like,
I only got to play it for like an hour.
Just get a bunch of people role playing.
Access came, and then I was like, I'd like to go back to this.
I'm definitely gonna try it. I like. we were we were looking at games last night. The cover and. Just that. Anyway, I was looking at this and I was just like, this is awesome, Loco. Like, you got it. She was like, what is it? And I was like, it's Holdfast. She's like, what does that mean? So I was just telling her all this crap you can do because I was just reading it. And like, all the reviews are great. 495 reviews as of last night. And the game has only been out for a short time and they're all positive. There's like a couple of stupid ones in there, but most of them are positive, and they got mostly, I think it's like very positive score. And I love this because it reminds me a little bit of like Ages of Empire meets Chivalry meets all these other games. And I was like, man, this could be so fun and could be so entertaining to watch if the right people stream it.
So the interesting thing about this game on Twitch is it's not a hyped game, where it's not like a PUBG, everyone's watching it kind of thing, but a lot of big streamers have been playing this game, and it's definitely like it's getting some interest. I mean, it's worth checking out, especially if you see a streamer with thousands of viewers playing this game, and there's only like probably 4 or 5 other people streaming this game. This to me is an opportunity to say, hey, you should stream this game because you don't have competition. You have one person that's bringing the game up the listings, and that person has thousands of viewers, and you never know if those people are going to look around and new people are going to come into the game category. positioning is important, and you can position yourself behind a big streamer with this game because there's not hundreds of people playing it. You'll have one, like I said, one big streamer. All it takes is one big streamer to bring it up in the listings, and then people can start seeing it on the listings. And if you're behind them, then you're gonna get some clicks. You're gonna get people checking you out. So it's definitely worth checking out, especially for $20. It is early access. Is it? Did you find it super buggy, Burke?
Not that I noticed. You know, like there was nothing blaringly bad that I ran into, you know? So, I mean, they had like, I was playing with Timac and we were kind of having, it was Milton, Timac, I think it was Iceman, somebody else now. Oh, Classy Packs. That's right. And we were all noticing like there was a sizable bit of lag on some of the servers, you know? And then we went into like this experimental server that they had because they were going to put out a patch for it, and we didn't have any more lag at all. So I guess they got the lag fixed. I don't know, but and this is just by the way, what you're seeing is just a very, very small part of the game. You see that guy that just died right there? Like, how horrible is that? Look at him shooting at me from that. Anyway, there's also naval combat in this, where you and your mates.
Right, I saw that. Yeah.
So that's
wait,
in this.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, look, I was telling you, like ship battles. That's why I was getting confused with the other game he was playing. Because I was like, that must be the one with the monsters. I didn't know there's boats in this. Like, that's awesome.
That's a pirate game. That's an RPG pirate game focusing on ships and navigating in an open world sea. Very, very awesome game. Very underrated. Kind of flies under the radar. Not a lot of people know about it. And it is it's dirt cheap right now. I think on like bundle stars for like $2.
Oh my God.
It's a really awesome experience.
I love those type games. I mean, this is perfect for brand new streamers because this is a win-win across the board. Think about it. It's $20. So you're not breaking the bank. It's early access. There's a lot of potential to grow on this game. So if you do like it, there's lots of streaming potential on it. And the devs will see you playing it now if there's not a lot of attention on it. And if you show them that you like it, they even may like come in to help you out with it or sit in your streams.
Give you some keys. And you
give you some
keys.
Watching. Yeah. And then let's say BurkeBlack is playing where he has like 2,000 to 3,000 people watching him. He gets off and you position yourself well enough. Those people are going to want to look for more gameplay, more entertainment people to watch because Burke is gone. They have a high off the game. They don't want to just bounce into like Grand Theft Auto. They probably want to just watch this. And that's just, this is the perfect opportunity. I mean, I'm jumping on this opportunity when I get a chance. I mean, and it looks fun. And then you can make friends in the category. I mean, it's just so much. So win-win across the board. Definitely stream for me. I voted to stream it.
I would have played it more if that Warhammer, opportunity hadn't presented itself. I got access at midnight, and the game had just come out. Holdfast, so I had like an hour and a half to play it, and I definitely want more. I want to revisit it as soon as I'm done with Warhammer in like a month or so.
Eventually.
Yeah, Warhammer's like it's gonna eat a lot of hours. Yeah. But Holdfast definitely give it a look. Like I said, and have fun with it. Don't leaderboard it, man. Just
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out at some point. It's on my radar now. It looks like fun. Especially if we get some other streamers playing, some role players, like people that get into character. That makes it great.
Yeah, like the Friday the 19th, the Friday the 13th crew. That's right.
Yeah.
That was
Bring
a
back
great
good old days.
time, man. Bring them back. Everybody play Holdfast. We could swing it.
I'm down for whatever.
It's like everyone's waiting for the next, multiplayer role play game. So another Friday the 13th game.
I thought I muted that thing. I apologize. God.
Well,
so
since
sorry.
DJ has to take this call, we're just gonna.
It is. I muted my phone, but apparently, I don't know. I thought I muted it. Jeez.
But yeah, so we're gonna take a quick break, guys, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about our topic of the week. We're gonna be talking about streamer health, and more on that, and a Q&A session as well. So if you have some questions for BurkeBlack, some streaming questions, then hang on to those. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for you guys to grab a drink and more of the stream scene in just a minute.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, I'm DJ Tech Live, and this is Loco and BurkeBlack, and we're here with Stream Scene Episode 2, where we're featuring BurkeBlack. We are back after our break talking about the topic of the week, which is streamer healthcare, caring for yourself and your health. And it's a very important topic because we don't take consideration of how long we sit in front of a computer screen, we sit in a chair, how much we do not get up and move, how much we think only standing helps, but there's a lot of complications that can go into your body and your health when it comes to streaming, because it's easy to focus on the video games and what you're doing and forgetting to eat, forgetting to get up and move, and even sometimes forgetting to go to the bathroom. So, Loco, you like every day you stream, right? So what do you do you think about it?
Of course. I actually we both actually just bought standing desks, so our desks both alternate between sitting position and standing up, which has been amazing.
Yes.
It's expensive. It is an expensive solution.
Yes, it is.
But it's honestly, like, I used it today. I streamed my first 3 hours standing, like, no problem at all. It's when you're streaming for 6+ hours a day, a lot of people stream for 10+ hours a day.
Yeah.
It's you gotta get up and stretch.
Yeah, when it comes to money, guys, when it's your body and money, if you have it, spend it, because this is the best investment I've made, I think, since I started streaming. This desk was well over $1,000, but very, very worth it. I use it every day, because you think about it, the amount of time you spend using the item versus what you paid, and your health is good, it's great to go. So, Burke, you stream very late at night, lots of hours. You've been doing this for 4 years. How important is stream health to you?
Well,
how do you prepare for it?
For a while, long time. I didn't care. I didn't think about it. I was just like, yeah, stream, let's sit down and play games, But I think, like, this lifestyle is starting to catch up. It's like now here we are, like, some people started 3 years ago, some people started 5 years ago, and we're starting to see the tweets from some of our favorite casters, and some streamers have had major health complications as a result, and not necessarily because they were fat, not necessarily because they was real skinny, just who knows, but I know, you could read like lots of different articles, and then you start to see people getting like all kinds of crazy, taking, sitting all day doesn't do nothing to you, but it ain't good. You can't sit for like 10 hours every day and not move, but streamers do that a lot. A lot of people don't realize that they do that a lot. Like the only time they get up to go to the restroom or something, or grab something to eat. For myself, it's kind of like a wake up call, seeing some of these, messages coming out. Some are, I consider friends of mine, and just kind of shocked me awake a little bit, like, oh, damn, I could, do this and then keel over and die tomorrow, and it sneaks up on you. You don't with heart-related issues or other related issues of the body, like sometimes you don't get a warning sign.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get something that says, hey, something's about to happen to you. And so I think some people don't go get themselves checked out until after that.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of people, there is no after that. It hits you and it takes you out. You're gone. You're gone from this earth because you couldn't be bothered to check yourself out after sitting down and playing video games for an extended amount of time. So now it's a wake-up call to me. I've joined Weight Watchers, which I always think is like a goofy, it's like, I'm joining Weight Watchers, it's kind of silly, but I'm seeing results. I'm not even kidding. Down 16 pounds. I lost 2 pounds as of today.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a weigh-in. I'm down 2. So I'm seeing results. Awesome. Weight Watchers is a stupid, easy program to do. Yes, you want that wonderful bean burrito? No problem. Look it up. It's about 16 points. You got enough points for the day to eat that?
Cool.
If not, cut it in half.
It's like a game.
It's like a game. Yeah. So you tally out the points based on your weight, and then you go from there. So that's working out. I'm getting the standing desk. I'm gonna go with that. I'm already an animated person, so getting me to stand up and use all this space behind me to just go, oh, I can't believe I just died. That'd be great. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised how like seamless it is.
Easy.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the first I thought when I first got it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna be too tired. The first couple streams, I was, spending half my streams, which is like 3-4 hours standing, and just not even really realizing it because I mean,
it's really not that bad.
You gotta get like a standing mat, which helps a lot. It's like a little cushion that you stand on. It helps a ton for your knees and stuff. But yeah, it's really like when you're talking and gaming, like just as fast as time flies when you're sitting, it does go by when you're standing too. So
do you find, now that you're using it, do you find that your skill as a gamer is lessened when you're standing as opposed to sitting down?
It makes me more wired because when I'm sitting down for long periods of hours, like stream will tell you, man, it's not that I'm sleepy. Is that I get so like zoned in on something, I start to zone out. You know, when you're driving, you get hypnotized by the lines. It kind of happens. So like, I'm just like doing this. People are like, go to bed, you can fall asleep. I was like, I'm not falling asleep. But when I'm standing up, when I feel that coming on, I stand up and I'm like energized. Energy. Yeah, I'm just like, oh crap. I start bouncing around. I might throw on some karaoke and dance or something, just to get me moving, to get the blood flowing. Or I might walk away, come back, and it gives me, in the way I organize my room, I have more room to do crazy things, and right on the spot. And I'm not in a corner somewhere trying to slide out of my desk because I've been sitting there forever. And it's helped with my back because almost a year ago, I was in an accident, a really bad one. And my back got injured. And I didn't know it until the day after. And I was telling Laura, I was like, I can't sit in this DX racer. It's killing me, man. Like, this thing is working me. And she was like, I'm about to spend money on some desk you need to look into. And I looked and I was like, we're spending some money.
Weekends apart.
We were like, we were going to get it. We both said we were going to do it. It was fun. We were ordering it together. I was like, I'm going to get bamboo, And ever since then, it was like a movement on Twitch. Like everybody got like standing desk. And it's awesome because everyone that got it feels so much better about themselves. And, it helped me go to the gym more and stuff like that.
Yeah. So for those that like buying a standing desk is not an easy investment, and when you're trying to stream, there's a lot of things you're going to buy before that. So for those that can't buy a standing desk, what are some good alternatives to getting some exercise while you're streaming, or making sure to stretch, or even like outside of the stream?
I think somebody said to me, move like 5 minutes at best every 2 hours or so, or every 3 hours, just a little bit of movement. That's really, you just need to get the blood pumping again, because it gets, I guess like what people try to tell me is that it wants to pool around your legs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'll start to feel it. That's why you shake your legs a lot. Like when you like unknowingly. Yeah.
And you can get all kinds of, I know one of my mods who had said that they had something in a clot or something build up in their leg because they sat down and remained too long. So you just, if you could at least do that, you'll see some gains. Or if you could just do like 30 minutes of activity, a good activity, not like, I'm petting my dog. That's an activity. Like that. Like go walk around your neighborhood, or
even like get some jumping jacks in, do some push-ups, like something you can do around your house.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of things like, outside of the stream that you should make sure that you're, walk around the block or do some jumping jacks. And during the stream, if you are someone that forgets about time, which is like easily for me when I'm streaming, have your mods be like, hey, can you guys just send me a whisper, every hour just to walk around the room for a minute. Like, even if you can just get up and stretch for just a minute every hour.
Yeah.
Get your mods to just like send you a little whisper, a little poke. It really makes a huge difference. Even if you're not going to obviously feel like you worked out, but it's more of a preventative measure. So you don't get a blood clot, because that blood clots are not age or weight specific.
No.
Anyone
they can kill you.
20 get one.
Yeah. There's plenty of people that died from blood clots by getting it in their leg and standing up, and it traveled to their heart or their brain.
Yeah.
It happens.
And I know my fat guys out there aren't questioning this. I know they're not that stupid, right? So, but I know there's the skinny dudes out there that are sitting there going, well, I'm pretty healthy. I don't got nothing to worry about. Yes, you do, buddy. I can't tell you the last group of streamers that I heard that have had serious medical issues were all thin guys.
Yeah.
Every last one of them. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's not
get
just
too
like
comfortable with that.
you still gotta work out, you know. Like I'm like a twig, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm in shape. Like I still like try to get exercise, and yeah, I slack sometimes and I eat bad sometimes, but I'm definitely conscious of the fact that I feel it like when I haven't worked out and I'm eating bad, and if I get into a rut where I'm not standing enough, like I mean I feel bad. Like I mean I've been doing this for 3.5 years now, sitting all day every day, and that's why I had to get a standing desk, because I was like I'm just like uncomfortable when I'm streaming now. Like I get to that 3 hour mark and I'm antsy, and I'm just like stretching my neck every now and then. I'm just like, you know, just twitchy. So
Yeah.
Twitchy,
those are signs like that you need to pay attention to in your body. Like if you're just shaking your legs and stuff, no, that's literally a sign that you need to stand up. It's not because you're nervous or anything. It's because that's your body trying to tell you, hey, I've been sitting in this position for a long time. I think we need to stand up and get some blood movement going on, you know. And I do this thing called bathroom aerobics or bathroom athletics, where if I go to the bathroom, I do 10 to 30 push-ups and I do 10 to 30 jumping jacks when I go to the bathroom and I'm coming back to stream.
While you're going to the bathroom?
No, I mean, not while I'm.
That's skillful.
Not while I'm going to the bathroom. You know, it's not gonna work too well. But you know, afterward, you know what I mean. When you get up, go to the bathroom, you're done, and you're coming back, do something like, you know, bounce around a little bit, walk around, or like you said, if you walk around the block and you're comfortable doing Aero Life streams, do Aero Life streams. Just completely transfer to that if you want to keep streaming that day.
We talked about. Oh, sorry.
No. I was gonna say I don't have much time in the day because that's the excuse, right? I ain't got no time in the day. I work a full-time job, 9 to 5.
I'd like to 5. Like come together with some, you know, like how Twitch does those blogs and those information stuff that they do every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them do something for like streamer health. I don't know if they've done anything like that yet, you know, because I think this is gonna become more of a problem in the next couple of years because of all these old timers that have been doing it since, you know, Twitch launched. You know, this is gonna start catching up to people, you know, pretty bad here soon.
Well, I mean, we had so many scares recently. I mean, you would think it'd be a thing they talk about immediately, but I mean, it's a good thing that we have panels on it coming out for TwitchCon and stuff like that, because you know, we might as well say almost losing a really dear friend of us twice, you know, it just sends a message that this seems like the dream job, but it's one of the hardest jobs you will ever have if you take it seriously. And there's just so many complications come involved, like insurance, you know, is one of them. You know, if you do this full time, insurance is a pain to afford, but you need it. And, you know, health and daily checks and eating healthy is the big thing. It's so hard to eat healthy when you're streaming so many hours.
Exactly. Yeah,
like,
you don't have
at
to be
the end of a stream.
Hours.
Like, I don't want to cook dinner after streaming for 6 hours. I'm exhausted. I want something easy. I got into Blue Apron last year, which it's you know, it takes like 45 minutes to cook, but it's honestly been really rewarding. They make the process of grocery shopping not a thing, so they send you what you need. You still got to cook it, and the food's really good too. So that's been help. Meal prepping is a thing. You can do that. There's supplements. Soylent's gotten really popular. I've heard good things about it. Not a complete meal replacement, but
I'm glad you said that. Glad you said that.
It's nutritious and it's a good supplement, but
think of it for those times where you're like, I'm hungry, but I don't want to get up type thing, you know, and make something. But I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people think it's a meal replacement. It's not. Yeah.
And there's also ways that you can incorporate exercising into your stream too. You can think about almost anything now with the IRL section. You could think about doing anything and incorporating it into your stream. So, you know, the fitness streaming and working out IRL streams are becoming
they're huge.
A thing that people do. And I would say Burke was like the first person to do this almost, because a year ago you were doing Wii Fit streaming, right?
I should bring it back someday. That was my first attempt to lose weight. I thought I'll just do it on Twitch, and I thought that would be enough. So I did the Wii Fit. We weighed in every Saturday, and but I had no, like we would do a little bit of Wii Fit at the start of the stream to kind of get things going, and it was funny, like watching my big fat butt trying to run against that on the Wii Fit and do stupid, like do the tree pose of yoga. It was people were laughing their asses off at that, but it didn't maintain my level of what's the word that I'm thinking of? Like
enthusiasm?
No, I wouldn't say that. Like my commitment to it, like there was no repercussion. You know what I mean? Or not repercussion. I can't remember what the word I'm looking for is, but basically there was nothing to stop me from cheating on my diet because I had no way of stopping myself, because I didn't have anything in my hand like I do with Weight Watchers, where it's like, okay, there's a burger there. Like there's the menu, and I come into the menu, I'm like, okay, I just want to get you a burger, and I'll take that chili and give me a Dr. Pepper. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey.
Let's make it a diet Dr. Pepper instead, Still got that greasy burger. But in my mind, I'm thinking it's not that bad. It can't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? But when Weight Watchers, now it's like up there, I'm going to get that greasy burger. Hold on, let me see how much 35 points for that. I'll take the turkey sandwich for 11 points instead. It's that realization, like, damn, that's so I didn't have that when I was doing the Wii Fit stuff. I thought I was fine. I could just eat whatever I wanted. Really, not really. Like I thought my ideas cutting back was not eating pizza and and stuff like that. But I still had like the cheese on things that I shouldn't have had. So there was just no. Damn, I can't remember. I just don't know what I want to say this word, but I can't get it out.
You mean like a consequence or a
consequence, like a, I don't know, like a naggingness behind you saying,
right.
Better not do that. I didn't have that, but the Wii Fit stuff was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I might do it after I lose a little weight. A little too fat now for that. You know what I mean? I might break the poor damn thing. Every time I stepped on it, it was going, oh.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they prepared for that, right? Like, there's a weight limit, but I'm sure you didn't.
When I get that standing desk, I bet you see the pounds drop like crazy because I am a really, like, I shouldn't be fat. I'm too hyper. I don't know how this happened. Like the human body is flawed.
I'm gonna stop you right now. Just because the appearance doesn't mean crap, because I've seen a big boy, as I like to say. I've seen him do like parkour, like straight up triple lux flips and all kinds of stuff. He was a big guy. So I mean, some people are just big bone for real,
He's probably got there's probably like layers of muscle underneath it.
Nah, he took his shirt off. He was like, excuses. That was his thing. So
you think that about Kingpin too, man? And
well, true. Kingpin is a big beast.
He's got like fluff on top of muscle, man. Yeah. You think he's fat, and then he surprises you with that knocks you out. But I don't know. Like I can't even if I took off on a run right now, not even forget the run. Last night, not last night, but a couple nights ago, I forgot to download Holdfast when we were going to play that, right? And I was like, oh crap, I got to download the game. What am I going to do to entertain them while they wait for my stupid self to download the game that I should have already downloaded?
I've done that before.
Jogged back and forth, not jog, but I just went like that, and I had to stop after 2 laps of that because I was like, oh, boy, man, is it done downloading yet? So I'm really out of shape, mega out of shape. So I figure let me get some of these pounds off. I'm thinking 280. I could probably really start doing this stuff. But when we do Vive, like the VR stuff, that is a great weight loss thing. Yeah.
By the way, some Vive exercising sports games, dude.
Oh man, that'd be crazy.
My channel had me play this game where it was about sword. Yeah. You had a sword and you had to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So I played the hell out of that. Pop, 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 and the stabbing stuff. The next day I was going, oh!
I used the muscle.
Oh my god, Fallout VR? You're gonna walk
I'm
for
gonna do
miles
it.
and miles, man. No
Right?
fast travel.
Fallout VR home. I'm doing it.
Fallout VR survival.
And
Yeah.
you're gonna lose weight, and you're not even gonna know it.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna know it because when I play Onward,
best
which is a
way.
game we then need to play sometime, is you got
hey, man.
people you start getting bullets flying at you. You gotta duck, man. You gotta.
Oh, for real? You really got to duck, dude? I gotta Loco. We gotta get VR.
Dude,
like, let's
I
do it.
know.
Fun.
Let's
and
do
I
it.
get on the ground and screaming like, "Oh God!"
I gotta get it.
And my chat's laughing. The next day, I'm like, "Damn, my legs are killing me because all the squats that
Squatting. Oh my God. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's why I think once I get that moving desk, I'm gonna lose weight. I bet this starts coming off real fast because there's gonna be too many moments of me just going, I'm just gonna be naturally,
Dude, I was telling Loco, like when I was watching you guys do Star Trek, I mean, even that, you guys were being like really active with your hands and stuff, and man, it was a blast just watching that. And like, like just a little off topic, what VR are you like mostly into? Because there's too many of them out there right now. Like, is it the Vive? Is it the Oculus?
Don't say both. The Oculus.
Okay.
Look, but I can't speak too much on the Oculus. Spike Man swears by the Oculus, but I've had the Vive, and I think that the Vive is the superior product as of right now. And that's I go by that because they've been doing it with their sensors longer. There's a stupid amount more games available for the Vive than there is for the Oculus by like leaps and bounds more. So I definitely push Vive over the Oculus, but the Oculus just went down in price to $500, but I think the Vive is matching that here soon, going from $700 down to $500 as well. But if you're looking for a cheap alternative, you like, you two got it. You two can go Vive. It's no big deal. I know you guys got freaking badass gaming computers. You're streamers, for crying out loud, and your partner streamers anyway. And if you're wanting to play VR but you don't quite got the VR ready PC, ignore the haters. PlayStation VR is not that bad. Okay. As it's
They've
flaws,
got some good releases on it too.
Not the best. PlayStation VR is a good seated experience, facing the camera and just looking around like this. Okay. Now the sad part is that in games like this where it's like just looking around, it works wonders. But once you start doing this, the only sensor is the one right here. That's it. Start doing this. It's like PlayStation's like, where the hell did you go?
He's gone.
Where Vive has got a sensor there, it's got a sensor there, it's detecting me 360 style. So I don't know why they chose to do this, but I guess Sony got the exclusive rights temporarily to Skyrim VR, and they put me in the booth to try it, and it's
dude,
good, man.
It's not good. No, you shattered my hopes.
Look, because what I just told you. It's a forward experience. Skyrim is not that.
I was hoping for standing and bow and arrows, and
you got to be able to do Skyrim mountain climbing.
Yeah, you got
you got to have the VR for that.
I was losing my sensor like that all the time. It couldn't find me. Fallout 4 would have been a way better experience because then it's just a gun, pop, 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 pop. So if you play Skyrim, you got to be a mage, man. Otherwise, it's going to be the most frustrated experience of your life.
That's what I figured.
But eventually, it's coming to Vive, where it belongs.
Oh, it is.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I'll just get a Vive.
Yeah.
There we go.
That'll be.
I'd rather have the 360 experience. I rather like turn around, like especially scary games, right? I said, dude, Resident Evil 7. Yeah. I was watching you play that. I couldn't do it. Like I could barely.
PlayStation, and that was good.
Yeah, I could barely play the game not VR. I wouldn't even think about VR, but scary games and I having 360 and something's behind me and I turn around and I disappear for the chat. They wouldn't want that. So like turn around and actually seeing that thing, like I don't know, I might have a heart attack on stream because of that, because that might be crazy. But
I did the VR experience of Resident Evil 7. That was probably one of the scariest moments I've had online.
Kudos to you, dude. There's no way in hell. I'm sorry,
dude. Like that. Imagine that scene. When you go down in the basement of the house.
Oh my god, that took me so long to do.
Really dark hallways, poorly lit. Now put yourself in that hallway.
No, I'm good. Dude, the late
sounds in your ears and stuff. Oh, damn.
the
getting
lady
anxiety.
that the mama, like that. Just no, I couldn't.
Nope. No.
I did the whole
I'm
thing
not.
in VR. The whole
Holy
thing.
crap! No, wait, how did you feel? Like, did you feel nauseated or anything?
Okay. In all seriousness, like, look, some of you, the sad truth is you're not going to be able to do VR. Okay.
Oh, damn.
If you're easy motion sickness, I'm sorry, but there's literally nothing that's going to fix that, take that away. Now, for most people, you might feel a little queasy because, you're seated or you're standing, and it depends on which style. Teleport. There's 3 movement styles of VR. There's stand still and just everything comes to you, which is, if you get motion sickness on that, you're sorry, but VR is not going to be your thing. Okay,
yeah,
that is literally nothing. If that makes you sick, it's time to just take it back and be done with it. Number 2 is teleporting. Now, teleporting is the nice, happy medium of trying to keep you from getting sick or feeling queasy while also giving you the freedom to move around in a 3D world, okay? But it's the most immersive breaking thing that they do. Okay, so I'd rather stand still than do teleporting because the once I teleport, I'm like, okay, I know I'm in a game, because I'm teleporting everywhere.
Right.
But if you have to deal with teleporting as opposed to the third one, which is locomotion. Locomotion, named after our lady here. So locomotion is movement just like normal Call of Duty, analog stick, moving forward, back, and all this stuff. Now, your mind is not going to be cool with that. Okay, at first, it's going to be like, what the frick balls? I'm not moving. Why does it look like I'm moving? This is bull piss. Your mind's not going to be cool with that at first. Now, usually you can overcome that. Like I was feeling a little queasy at first with that stuff. And eventually what I did to overcome it is I just got to give myself a little head bob. Because when you walk, your head kind of bobs a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you do locomotion and you just kind of move your head when you move, like move with it, your brain's gonna be like, oh, okay. So it's we are kind of moving just on like a hoverboard. Is that what we're on? It's a hoverboard, boys. Everybody just chill. And that's what you get. So now I don't have to do that anymore because I've tricked my mind so much that it doesn't care, or it's too stupid to understand. One of the two.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get into VR at some point, but
yeah,
break into it. It's not all your views are gonna like it. I'll put that out there. Like some of them don't like to watch VR because it makes them feel sick.
Yeah, that's
understandable.
Yeah. Well, what game did we play recently? Lawbreakers. Lawbreakers was making like a lot of my chat kind of nauseated. But that game is like super fast, man. Like it's like all over the place. I'm surprised I didn't get sick on it. But Amnesia, that game gets me sick. And I think it's because the textures are so flat and the camera spin is so fast. But as long as I have something in front of me, like a hand or a gun or a weapon, I can, my brain concentrates a little bit on that. I'll be fine. So, I mean, I don't know if there's any games out there. Do they show your hands if you look down, right?
Or not your hands. Depends on the game.
Whatever it is.
But yeah, the controller depends on the game. Yeah. Now, somebody in chat just said that you can't talk to your chat when you're in VR, like the Vive headsets and the Oculus. Oh. That's no longer true.
Oh.
Now, so how does that work? Software out there that will put a overlay. Awesome. I know Vive has it. I don't know if Oculus has, but Vive
I've seen it on you. Yeah.
Now the chat can't see it. I wish I could leave it there so you guys could see it. But basically, what they do is they put it on my controller. So when I bring up the Vive controller, I can rotate it around and chat will pop up right there.
Oh, that's really cool.
Inside the game, no matter what I'm doing, I'm like, oh, hey, I see you talking crap about me, you little scumbag.
I can see you guys. Yeah, that's definitely helpful for streaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I don't know.
We'll have to.
That'd be cool.
We'll have to do a Vive or a VR topic at some point when DJ and I get on that game because I'm definitely tempted to soon, but
I'm thinking maybe around Christmas.
Man, I'll just throw you guys into the fire and throw you right on Onward. Because if you're gonna get sick, if you could play Onward, you could play anything. Onward is a SOCOM style, full body military shooter.
Oh, I think I was watching you guys play. Was that when you were trying to load the gun?
Yeah, and I killed my friend.
Yeah.
On Facebook, credited to somebody else. I don't know who the hell that was. My fat body is literally in the video. They credited to somebody else.
Wow.
This video comes from Blog Plutotalk or something. I'm like, that's me. That's my face and body. How can you screw that up?
Oh no.
But 3 million people saw that. All followed the wrong damn person.
Oh no.
I'm not bitter about that at all.
No, I could not tell. Bringing it back a little bit to our topic, with VR and stuff like that, there's a lot of ways that you can like integrate working out into your stream. So you don't have to disrupt your stream necessarily, but viewers can get into you could do like different challenges. Like I've seen people do like either like sub goals or something like that, or like challenges for the viewers where it's like, every X amount of subs or X amount of follows, I'll do 10 jumping jacks or 10 push-ups or something. Well, and you can make it fun.
There's a streamer who plays Arcade. I think his name is Kun Kun. You know what I'm talking about? He gets up and dances with a sub.
Oh, okay.
Dude, dancing, Just Dance, people love that stuff. Like my stream, they're trying me to do like Just Dance, and because I love singing and dancing, like especially with the Sandy Dance, I get up and I'm just like bobbing around, like so yeah, doing Just Dance or just putting on YouTube video, and if you can.
Bajira is working out live now, doing IRL workout streams.
Yeah, he started a trend. There's so many people doing it now. And,
fitness streamers is a thing, and I've seen people that are fitness streamers taking on like other streamers to like coach them and stuff too. So
challenges,
if you're knowledgeable about it, or if like you're just dedicated to working out and you want people to watch, like you could stream it. You can stream yourself like I guess at a gym or a home gym or something, and try that. Also, IRL is huge, and like literally IRL's walking around all day, like.
Yeah, you don't really have to. You don't have to like film yourself. If you're like one of those people that don't want to film yourself working out, because I know some people are like just getting to working out and they have to get over that fear of being in the gym. Cooking, like if you're cooking healthy meals and stuff, if you're like a hidden cook, or you just trying out Blue Ribbon for the first time, you want to film your experiences with that. That's a really good way, because people are motivated by streamers doing healthy things. Like people, for real. Like if Loco did a cooking show, I'm pretty sure you guys would go nuts. So like, today we're cooking pineapples and coconut peel pies or something,
Look at that face.
Never cooked that.
Yeah, we hate both of those things, but I mean, it's a healthy thing. I'm guessing. Let's just say if it was a healthy thing, that's a good way to get in there. And people love seeing cooking. I love seeing cooking shows because I don't know how to cook.
Cooking streams are definitely like if you have a community, it's like, okay, it goes two ways. If you have a community and you're a variety caster and they just will watch whatever you do, they're gonna love things that deviate from your normal schedule. That's why people go crazy when I do like singing, and that's why they won't stop talking about me doing cooking streams and stuff like that, because they want to see their favorite streamer in a different environment. That's kind of like, like I'm just used to you playing games, and now it's like, another side of Loco, And then there's also like, if you're getting into streaming and you can cook, or you can get a good setup for cooking streams or fitness streams, you can build a community in those areas. There's audiences for those like, types of content now. So you can integrate working out like into your stream. There's tons of ways to make it fun, and then you're just like, being healthy is like it's like a plus,
Yeah, I mean, the moment you realize that Twitch is no longer a gaming platform only, that it's a lifestyle now, honestly, the better you're gonna do.
I think like I really want to understand how IRL works, because I have some ideas from some IRL streams that I'd like to do. And nothing like, the really risque, crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want a bunch of cops showing up with shotguns in my face or nothing like that. But I have some ideas from my IRL streams that I think might be really interesting and fun. But You know, I'm not certain how you get into it. It's like no guides out there that I've found. You know what I mean?
I think it's just you being you in real life. Like,
No.
Well,
I mean,
like the technical setup, though.
You know what I mean?
It's
I don't understand that. I know
the setup is changing a lot right now.
It's like easier now, right?
Like, I know there's companies making like mobile apps and stuff. Like we talked about last week, Mixer has a mobile app. We can stream IRL like from that. So there's integrated apps that are coming out and getting better for IRL streaming, and devices and setups. It's not something that's like concrete right now, right? It's still kind of like people are still kind of learning, revising how to do it. We definitely want to have a guide up on our website at some point.
We're gonna
need to find somebody that's
Pocket.
in IRL.
When we were looking at Pocket, to have her on the show anyway, and I want to say she's a goddess of IRL because she's always IRL. Like we sat down and talked in San Francisco. She's like, DJ, I love IRL. Have you tried it? I was like, no. She's like, dude, people love seeing you outside of your room. Like, and then she showed me her setup, and I was super getting into it because it's not expensive. It's like, the data plan, if you can get unlimited data, you're good, right?
I got unlimited. I'm good on that.
You're good.
Oh, nice.
So that's the biggest thing. But she got a lens now that can do fisheye or like zoom in or what is it called? Depth perception. And it was only like, she said it was only like $100 for the lens. And it goes right over her phone lens or cam, and it does everything she needs. And she has a stand, and that's it. Like she sits stand up. Yeah.
How does
some battery packs?
For battery, yeah.
Yeah. She has like extra battery packs.
Backpacks. Like, what is that? What is in those backpacks?
It's probably like one of those.
A lot of batteries.
Yeah, batteries and.
I thought for some reason it was like a giant laptop in there, so they could like.
Oh no.
They have like the laptop open, like stuff in the bag.
What's the backpack for?
Dude, Bert, funny thing you said that. Streamlabs for right now for Android, they're coming out with iOS, has your overlays all in Streamlabs, can be used on your cell phone now. So when you get a sub, your overlay pops up everything, just like you're normally streaming at home. They got it. Just go to Streamlabs, and at the top it says Android, and it tells you where to get it and how to download it, install it, all that stuff. Is really cool. So mobile anything is becoming a big deal now. You know,
Pokemon Go was huge.
Oh, it's huge, and I think that's where it sparked.
On Twitch, man. I mean, that was like, I watched a lot of it, and I was playing it, and that's like, that's like, you're literally playing a game and walking all day. Like, it is like working out one-on-one right there. Just walking and gaming at the same time. It's perfect.
Because like when I was hosting, I was like, I want to do behind the scenes, like, short IRL. The people would have loved it, but I didn't have the stuff for it because I wanted to stand and would be bobbleating, So vlogs too. Vlogs are huge as well. Like we can upload videos now. None of us use this darn feature like we should. But going out, if you're afraid to like do it live, you want to edit it and stuff, like where your locations are. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I'm really surprised at like I have a guy that does my YouTube. So he uploads to my YouTube, and now he also uploads to Twitch. And I was really surprised with the amount of views that I'm getting on Twitch from those uploads, It's like, I one of those was like trending as one of the top videos to watch on GTA from something that I did 3 months ago, because he made a video of it. So I'm like, okay, this is obviously might be where it's going. It's almost identical because I'm not that big on YouTube anyway. So like, I get like 500 views on a video, or, maybe if I'm on a good one to 1K, but on Twitch, it's like, 1 to 3K watch that video. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Absolutely. Well, I think we spent a good bit of time on streaming health. Got a lot of good information there. If you guys want more, I'm pretty sure we're going to have more information up on StreamerSquare.com. Also, follow the Twitters to make sure. BurkeBlack will probably be doing some cool stuff in that. And we are definitely standing up every day with a desk. I think we both have disclaimers in our chat telling you guys, or information telling you guys about these desks in general, like what we're doing. At least we have exclamation mark standing in mind, so you'll know what I'm doing. That I'm not just being freaky, or what the noise is when you hear it like pull up. It's not an Autobot I got tucked in my back pocket. So that leads us to what, Loco? What's our next section?
Our Q&A is our last section here. So if you guys have any questions for us, any questions for BurkeBlack, this is your opportunity to ask. We just asked that obviously it's relative to streaming. We don't care about Burke's favorite color. Like, you know, sass him that in his own stream.
I like black.
Well, that was too easy.
Well, somebody
But,
just
yeah,
asked
so-
about Fortnite, and that's definitely stream the hell out of that. That's a good one.
Mhm.
Oh, the
Yeah, 'cause
Battle
there's a lot
Royale?
of interest in
Yes,
it.
holy crap.
Yeah, it's really
There's a
good.
lot
For
of
free.
interest for that. I would say if you played Fortnite or you play Battle Royale games, then that's gonna be a definite stream. And
Definitely.
I'm not sure how saturated it's gonna be. I know a lot of the big VR streamers are playing it, but obviously they're still gonna be splitting their time with PUBG too. So
Yeah.
I've heard good things about the Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's like more casual, right? Like it's no leaderboards, there's no rankings, so it's just literally like you just going out there cutting up, having fun. And that's
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the truth, man. Sometimes I just want to watch that. Like I love watching, Josh and Summit and all the really really good tactical shooters of PUBG. But man, I love seeing. If I want to go out and see some silliness, Fortnite. And to be honest with you, I think it's what they needed too, right? Like Fortnite needed something else to help
Yeah.
that game get attention.
No, super smart for them to do. Like,
until they get
so-
sued.
yeah. Well, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Ridiculous. I'm starting to backpedal from that now, but I feel like that was just kind of like an off the cuff thing. And somebody's like, hey, we're looking into you. Oh, damn. I realize I don't own the genre.
Yeah. We've got a couple questions about your pirate theme and where that came from.
Okay, believe it or not, like sometimes, this is very important, by the way, what I'm about to say. Sometimes your community will decide where your channel is going, and it's better to not fight it, just to let it happen. And, good things come from it. For me, my community kind of invented the whole pirate thing, and I just kind of lifted my eyebrow, and I was like, this looks fun, actually. It started back. Do you guys remember when GTA 5 came out for consoles, not PC?
GTA 5?
Actually,
Yeah, GTA
I don't
5
even know.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. It was
After
a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. So we created a crew in that, okay, in the console version of it. Because they were called crews. They weren't called guilds or
right.
They were called crews. So they wanted to call it, I led to a poll, and they said they would call themselves the Black Crew after me. BurkeBlack was the Black Crew. That's why my Steam group is called the Black Crew. They did that, and they started saying, it was all about chaos and anarchy and do what you want to do because, what rhymes with that, kind of, they started calling themselves the Pirates. They were like, we're Burke's Pirates, man. We do what we want because the pirate is free, because we were all about like chaos and anarchy and do what you want, and it just kind of took off from there, man. I was like, yeah, we are the pirates, yeah, and I just got into it and started getting the pistols, the sword, and the hat, and the bandana, which is the most comfortable thing. This hat is hot as hell. This hat.
Oh, I bet. Is it itchy?
In the Caribbean, it's like a $50 hat. It's not that bad, but it's hot as hell, man. It can't. People are like, why don't you wear the hat? Because when I wear it, I'm sweating all over my face.
Losing too much head weight.
It's too much. I'll put it on when there's a sub thing to do or something like that.
I'll tell you, Burke, man, it fits you 100%. I love it. I love the pirate theme, man. And
if I had to have anything, I'm glad it's pirates.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's pirates. Because I was thinking I'm about to drop a capital idea to the next big streamer. You ready for this?
Oh, I'm gonna write this down.
Write this down, guys.
What I was debating about doing, I thought, man, what if you role played a superhero who's retired and he fights crime on Twitch?
Yo, no joke. Funny thing.
Bam!
I have a comic book coming out, and I'm getting with Tangent about it, and it's really on the lines of that. Funny thing, because we're taking all the personalities of the big personalities of Twitch. We gotta ask them, of course, like you and like Ezekiel the Third, like the big personalities, and we're putting them in the book as Superman. There's so much I gotta talk to you about. But no, me and Tangent had like a 2-hour talk about this at PAX West, and I've been trying to do this for like over a year now. The funniest thing ever that you said that. Oh,
I wish somebody would do like animated Twitch. And by what I mean by that is like they could do like a cartoon representation of a streamer and their community. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, like for Co, you could have everyone kind of sitting around a coffee shop, you know, casually talking with one another, you know. Elohim would probably be like some guy on the stage, you know, going, boobs, you know. You know, stuff like that. Or, you know, like, I don't know, you know, I thought it'd be kind of funny, but nothing's come of that yet. We'll see. Yeah. But yeah, man, dress up as, you know, you were, never show your face either, you know. You're a superhero. You're a master.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
And you're too you know, too broken. You can't fight crime anymore. So you play all these superhero games. You know, you can have your donation thing called "Be the Freedom Bank." You know,
Loco in a mental hospital. Jesus. Right, so I put the questions in Discord for you, Bert, as well.
Huh?
The questions that zoomed out. I didn't want to lose them in chat, so I went ahead and copy pasted them in the Discord that we're in. So I think that's the first one is like as a whole, how do you guys view streamers not going to TwitchCon?
Man, I feel like you how could you not? You know,
yeah. Feel the same way.
Like I realize that some people just don't want to get with it, but at the same time, like look at it. I'm gonna explain my point of view at it, okay? And I don't mean to like put anybody down or anything or like you know. Talk down to them, you know. I'm sure everyone has their reasons, but you know, I'm 38, okay, and I can't. Like I said, I'm not trying to speak for everybody. For me, I know the I've done the jobs that I hated, working for people that I despised, you know, boxing stuff, moving stuff, being yelled at, being fired, struggling with money, you know, working two jobs. This is
saying my life right now.
As hard as this is, it's still a dream come true. You know what I mean? It is mentally exhausting. It's not physically exhausting unless you do like a 24-hour. But it is definitely a mental exhaustion. You know, that's real. Okay. That's not a made up bullcrap thing that streamers say to make it sound hard. Just mental exhaustion is a real thing with this. Just, you know, like you get it yourselves. You just don't realize it when you're like hanging out with friends and you're tired. You're ready for them to get their asses gone for the day, you know? But you know, I don't know. It's just like I wouldn't take anything for granted. Nothing that you have could last. Tomorrow it could all be gone. And yes, go to TwitchCon. Go there. Interact with your fellow streamers. Interact with your fans. Interact with whoever's there. You know, don't take this for granted because as wonderful as it is, it could be gone really fast. You know what I mean?
True words.
It happened to many of these big streamers that everyone said would never go away and gone.
Yep. Loco, what do you think?
If you have the means to go and you're just not going because you don't like, I don't know, if there's some other reason, if you can pay for it and, you know, make the time to go, you should go because TwitchCon is literally a convention about streaming. Like, there's no better networking opportunity. There's no opportunity to learn, to meet, you know, people that you look up to learn from them, to meet fellow streamers. Like, this is like, TwitchCon is great. We're going to be talking more about TwitchCon as we lead up to it. We're gonna have a couple of guests on the show that'll be able to share some light about what this TwitchCon is gonna entail. But it's like the number, if you check the TwitchCon website, you can see the schedule and you can see the number of really informational panels. Like, if nothing else, go to the panels. You're gonna have, it's literally this show, but like 100 different streamers and topics, and there's gonna be something for everybody, and there's gonna be a ton to learn there. So if you're hesitating, but you know you can make it, do it. TwitchCon it's amazing. And
I mean, I can understand streamers like, you know, especially the bigger ones who are a little tired of going to conventions. You know, I get that. But you know, TwitchCon is the one event a year that is designed just for them. You know what I mean? And I feel like you owe it to yourself. Like, you know, bask in that a little bit. You know, it's, you know, if you're a huge streamer on Twitch, you know, you should enjoy it to the best of your ability. I know, like, some guys are just so big that it'd be like impossible to like walk from one end of the room to the other without being hounded. I get that. But, at the same time, you could be there without being, right there in the hallways. And all
yeah.
that.
I don't know, man. For me, if I was a ginormous streamer, the one thing about it is like people give Lyric a bunch of crap, just as much as they fawn over him. But the fact that he does go to these events when he can, or when he feels like it is nice to have. But if I was a gigantic streamer, I would definitely go, because to me, that's my one time to sit there and like, be involved with everybody and show people that I am human. I'm here. I'm excited to see them just as much as they're excited to see me. But on the question side of things, if you, like, as Loco said, if you have the assets to go, there's absolutely no reason for you not to go, because especially if you're a streamer, if you're up and coming streamer, you're aspiring to be a streamer, this is the one convention you don't want to miss. And we kind of touched on it last week, right? I said big things didn't happen for me until I started going to these events and putting a face to my name. You wouldn't believe how many people be like, "You're DJ? Oh, DJ Tech Lot. What's up, man? It's blah blah blah." And I'm like, oh, it's that, because we follow each other on Twitter, we follow each other's channels, but we don't get that face-to-face interaction. But the next time I see them, we'll be like, oh, and it's crazy how much of a family people are. Like, this is a tight-knit group, even though it's thousands of people. So definitely go.
That's what I brought in it. Like you said, that Lyric has a lot of haters, but that's normal. The bigger you are, the more haters you're going to get. And a lot of it, I'd say, like, if I'm
gonna hate.
Brutally honest, 90% of the hate that he gets is because people are jealous of what he's got. They're jealous that he's so successful. I don't know why is Lyric so successful. He don't do anything but just belittle people. That's his personality, man. That's what I like about him. Yeah. He's funny that way. He's enjoyable to watch. And I mean, if you would stop judging the guy for 5 seconds and actually see what content that he's putting out, maybe you would understand that. But instead, you pop in there and go, you see 30,000 people and start bitching about why he doesn't deserve that. Okay, because you say so.
You don't even know the stuff that dude been through. But anyway.
But I mean, his size level, I get it. Like it would be almost impossible to have, like him to have an enjoyable experience. TwitchCon. He'd be hounded by his haters. Would be there to talk shit to him, which is not something is enjoyable at all, to have somebody that doesn't like him.
I can imagine. Like, I feel like
with you.
The trolls that you see in chat, like,
well,
I don't know. I'd be surprised if someone in real life was like, "Hey, Lyric, I hate you. You suck."
They would. They would. The vast majority will hide behind their persona, but there's some crazies out there. Okay. Yeah. There is some really just messed up people that would have no problem flying down there just to go see DJ and tell him how much they think he sucks because he got banned in his channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that will happen. And it has happened.
Pretty sure.
It's not something that would happen all the time. Usually once people realize, once they realize I've had people ripping me apart. And then once I make a comment to them, it's all of a sudden they start to backpedal. I'm like, oh, well, you're not that bad. I just not into the whole pirate thing, but you're okay. And it's like, okay, you were just calling me the biggest asshole moron that's ever existed, and now I'm okay. So
those people exist.
Like you're a person, it kind of changes how they look at you a little bit. But I mean, if Lyric did want to go out to TwitchCon, then as someone, I would be like, well, if you want to do a panel or this, we could try to just fly you in or get you over here and this for the community, and then get you out of here. Or
well, they flew him. I mean, he was at TwitchCon 2. He's at TwitchCon 2, and or was it 1? When was San Francisco?
He
was at San Francisco. Yeah, he was at 1. He always goes to PAX East because it's in his backyard. But they had to do a special slot for him to do a meet and greet. Obviously, dude's line was insane. It looked like the Twitch store line. And but he went to TwitchCon 2 as well, because we all had dinner together at the end of the night. Nobody really hounded him except Goldie, because Goldie's a troll. But other than that, like, people were like, I think people get over that starstruck stuff once he started doing more talk shows. And so when he was on Drop Frames, that was real big, because people was like putting a face to a name, and then the mystery is done. It's like Bike Man. When Bike Man showed his face, everybody was like, Okay. You know, like
Hey, Mike showed his face ages ago. Just nobody
Yeah.
paid attention to it back then. He did Alien Isolation. He had the VR headset on.
Yeah.
Showed that on camera that he was using the VR headset.
So, yeah, that's what I'm All right, so
He's got a beard. He's a bearded man. Look at
yeah,
that.
yeah. So the next question is for you, Bert. You want to read it out?
Oh,
It's by Legend of the
I'm a
Tableverse.
45-year-old that wants to get into streaming, role-playing game stuff. Have you ever considered mentoring for a new streamer? This show has been helpful, but for more specific info, do you have any recommendations? No, I haven't done any mentoring. Mostly, yeah, I just don't have time, really.
Yeah.
You know, like I stream for 10 hours and then I get up at 3 and then I I have to get stuff done throughout the day and spend some time with family. And then, you know, maybe I get in like 1 or 2 shows to watch with with family, and then it's stream time again. So,
Yeah.
you know, I've been approached, you know, hey, could you host me and I'll pay you to host me? No, I don't do any of that either. I don't take recommendations for hosts. I just host whoever I feel like at the time. And I'm going to keep it that way because I think that's, you know, I don't want to tread into the territory of being of that stuff. But as for recommendations, dude, yes, there is a ton of insightful information out there. Like back when I started, there was nothing on YouTube. Nothing on
wonder.
Yeah, Loco's got a thing that shows all about streaming. There's lots of resources out there, lots of good video series out there on YouTube. Like it's almost overwhelming the amount of information you have now, as opposed to when I started. It was like, how do you make things pop up on your stream?
Yeah,
you know, have that
the infamous before OBS.
and I remember, like, dude, that's so weird because when I started, it was probably even worse for the guys that started when Twitch launched. You know what I mean? Like even then, I had some resources, but now it's like so abundant. You know, like you just got to do the Loco thing, man. You got to do your research first, get your channel art, get your animations, get all that stuff because you don't have to get it all custom made, man. I got my shit from Video High, for crying out loud, for like $20.
It's a good site. I mean, that's a good thing to do. Yeah,
great website for like stuff like that. So yeah, just as
right, we're not gonna answer that next question. I'm just gonna delete that because that's one of.
What?
All right, so the next one.
What, DJ?
Huh? No, I
You're
deleted
mumbling into the camera or into the mic.
Yeah, because I read that question and I was like, it's from Amy Gamar and it was very trolly, so I'm gonna delete it.
How do you stream when you're so fat?
No, it was like something about jacket smelling. I don't know. Let's see.
Wash it.
There's your answer, Amy Gamar. It says, what is our motivation to start streaming on Twitch? Each one of us. Loco, you gotta start off.
Well, okay, first for that last question, I'm gonna just plug my website, StreamerSquare.com, where this show takes place. If you guys check out that website, there's a ton of guys on there. We also have a Discord server. So if you're looking for more specific direct help, there's a ton of streamers, tech people, audio people, artists. So you can find some stuff that you're looking for on our Discord server, !Discord.
The Twitter as well. Can they ask at Twitter?
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably just direct you to the Discord. So I would say if you got a question that you want to ask, check the Discord. But anyways, motivation for streaming. I don't even know. Like it was kind of like a last minute thing for me where I was a viewer and I just I wasn't even interested in streaming. I just loved watching streams. And then
you're that guy.
I got towards.
She's not interested.
No, I really people would ask because I was a dedicated viewer and had friends, and people would be like, "You should stream." I'm like, nah, I'm never gonna stream. And then it got towards the end of graduating college, and I was gonna be basically I had the summer free before I started to start applying for. I was gonna go to PA school, so I needed to start finding some volunteer work after I took some classes. And so I had the summer where I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a lot of free time. I want to get into gaming again, so I was like, all right, let's just try this. And I don't know, I went into it for fun and just because I already had a community when I guess I already had like friends, right? So that just when I started streaming, my first stream I had like 25 people because I was just so dedicated in other channels that people knew me, and I guess they were ready for it. So motivation, I wanted a community. I wanted to share experiences with people that I consider friends. My voice is cracked like 5 times now. But yeah, so that's my little story.
Burke, what was yours?
Money. I just wanted all that food I could get my hands on. I wanted all of it.
The booty.
Yeah, the booty. Yeah, for the booty.
I think I was looking for some video of a guy. State of Decay was coming out.
Oh, I remember that game.
And I was on a tight income at that time because I was broke as hell. And I was thinking, man, I'd like to see some gameplay of this before I consider buying it, So I Googled it, State of Decay, and Twitch popped up with this stream, and I started watching this guy, and he was playing it, and I was like, oh, he's live, People had told me about it before then, but I thought it was like MLG players, you know what I mean?
Right.
I thought it was pro guys, nobody wants to watch some fat dude play a video game. Come on. So I was watching this guy, and then I started looking into it. And I was browsing, I saw like the League of Legends, and I saw, like the Call of Duty games at the top. And then I saw this weird game was up there. It was like some RPG with like a cat on or something. I was like, what the hell is that? That ain't a MLG game. Clicked that. I saw a bald dude with like a little bit of peach fuzz, but not completely. But he had this dry sense of humor that was cracking me up while I was watching. I was watching his audience. Probably back then, he probably had like maybe 500 people. And that was Dan's Gaming that I was watching there. And I thought,
wait, did you say he didn't have a lot of people? Maybe 500? Is that
like 500 people in there, man? That was it. That's all he had. When I tuned in, that's all he had. I'm like, this guy's not an MLG. This ain't an MLG. Who the hell told me this was where MLG people come? So I kept watching. I became a fan of Dan's Game. And I was like, this guy's fun to watch. It's enjoyable. He's playing the game, and the community's reacted to the stuff that he does and says. And I thought, this is great. So yes, Dan's Gaming was my inspiration to start. And I thought, well, it was like when the stars collide, man. And I just lost my store. I didn't have anything to do at night. My friends were all off doing other things. They didn't want to play games anymore together because they were, living lives, whatever. And we, at that point, I sat down, I started streaming, and I thought, I'll just give it a shot. It's whatever. I don't really want to do anything. First game I ever played was Just Cause 2, but then like the day after that, I started up Total War. Yeah, I go way back to Total War. Way back.
Oh yeah.
In full 360 for you, man.
Yeah. So I had like 5 people that popped in for those early streams, like 5 or 7. And I knew they would be there every night, those 5 or 7, because they just wanted to see the campaign. And I started getting addicted to it. Where I'd be like, oh gosh, did you just see that battle? Holy hell, that was awesome, man. We just charged in there and we wrecked those guys, and it's now to the point where I can't even game without Twitch chat. I'm so addicted to it that I'm like, my power or my internet went out. So I was playing this game and by myself, not streaming, and I was having a good time with it, and I did something awesome, and I was like, did you guys see? Oh shit.
Oh.
So my motivation at first was just to see if there was like, because when I saw this guy, he was just getting donations left and right. And I thought, oh, you just stream on Twitch and you make money. Okay, I can try that. I need money. I'm broke, and I didn't make anything. I got my first donation 6 months later.
Wow.
6 months later. I know it was from Wootness for $50. That was my first donation.
That's your first, man?
That's a fat
I
tip.
didn't get $1. I didn't get $5. It was $50.
Man.
Months later, and he was my first ever sub.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he still comes in my channel today. He's like, like viewer 1. You know what I mean?
Dude,
he's never gonna let that go either. That's good. I like it.
Oh yeah, he's been there forever. So, but I fell in love with it. Like usually most streamers I think they quit within 3 months. I think that's the normal statistic. They dropped out. Most of them get into it for the wrong reason. They just want the money or whatever, and it doesn't happen, because it just won't happen. So don't do it for that. You won't make anything. Trust me.
No.
I started making money on Twitch when I fell in love with it, like the idea behind it. That's why I did 6 months, or I should have quit, right? If that's all I cared about, and I didn't make anything until 6 months later. 3 months in, I just like the experience, man. I don't know what else to say. I just can't get over having chat and talking to people. I just like it. I feed off of it. It's my energy now.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. I mean, I started, I was lonely. I was very lonely. I was very unhappy. Was good at my jobs, but always felt like I was hitting a ceiling and that no one understand me. I had bad social anxiety. I was afraid to talk to people. I always walk with my head down. And, I'm the only child, so you don't want to talk to your parents about it because your parents think you're a god, They're like, we made you. We don't make trash, like you're everything and you just have to apply yourself. I was like, what does that even mean? Like, I'm lonely. You guys don't understand, So I came to Twitch and saw that there were a lot of people like me, and I was listening to a lot of streamers have these similar stories and bumped into some streamers that were going through some stuff. Tally was going through some stuff at the time, and Cole was going through stuff. He didn't know if he was going to continue streaming or not. And like, I just came part of these communities, and I said, you know what, I want to try streaming. My mission is going to be to make a sanctuary or a place that a bunch of people like me can get together. And we all know that we're all having problems, but we're okay when we're together, And that was my big mission, and I stuck to that. And it was hard, My first stream, I had 60 people because like a lot of people knew I was going to start streaming and stuff. I prepared for it. And then, after that it was like 5, 10, I had to go through the ladder of proving and it's been up and downs, but the mission never changed. That mission is still there. It's my focus is helping people. That's why I host now. I mean, the opportunities that came, I still deny it. And I think Loco, my really closest friends know me the best, that I still to this day put myself down, like heavily. Like, I'm very hard on myself because I'm never satisfied. I'm my worst enemy. People will tell me, your stream was awesome today. Local will be like, yo, you killed it today. Keep that energy. I'm like, it could be better. I need to find a way to make this better. And that's the truth, though. It can always be better, but relish in the moment of being good. And I can give you this advice, but tomorrow I'll be worse. Right. So it's just me. But at the end of the day, that's what motivated me. And I noticed I got a lot of people in the chat that say, you know what? I was thinking really negative, or I was beating myself up today, or I had a really bad day, but coming in here made me feel better. And that is my constant motivation why I can't stop, even though I get to the breaking point. Your stream goes through up and downs. Sometimes the downs are really down, man. And now my dream is to go full-time streaming and kick that job to the bucket, because I'd rather bust my butt doing something that makes me happy. And if it's risky, it's risky. But if I can make it and I can influence people to do the same thing, I'm going to do it. So that was my big motivation. Start streaming.
And that's probably a big thing, is that like some people, they prepare so much that they quit their job to do their first stream.
Right.
And that's dangerous. Don't do that.
Yeah, not you. Yeah. I have backup. Like, I raised money. I made sure I was like, I'm gonna make sure I have $10,000 in the bank.
You have a community though. I'm talking about guys that say,
just start. Oh, you don't do that, please,
quit
God.
My job because I'm gonna make it on Twitch. Man, I know.
Or they get
a lot
partners.
of people that've done that, and then
a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people use partnership as a benchmark for. Okay, I can go full time now. I'm partnered. That's and I've seen so many people that like they get partnered off a game. That's hype for them. When you get partnered, you get a lot of subs, but there is a big drop off after that 30-day mark. The hype's gone. People just unsub. Like, that's going to happen. And like, if you think that's all you need, it's partnership is not the end game. And
it can be a goal. It's a good goal to have.
It's a goal.
It's not life changing. It doesn't mean you made it. Okay. I from my personal life, I knew that at 500 subs, I would no longer have to have my current, my job with my dad, which was photography that I was helping him with. Once at 500 subs, I was able that income then it matched what I was making.
That's my goal.
So
yeah.
I was like, that's good. That's all I need. As long as and I wasn't going to just say, oh, I hit 500, I'm quitting. It would had to be 500 maintaining. You guys know how that is. Like, that there's a level that you're not going to drop below on subs because it seems to,
it seems to be a threshold. Yeah.
Something ridiculous.
That's a great point.
But you'll have your ups and there's always going to be the drop, but it kind of levels up. It won't drop too far,
Right.
So 500 was it for me. And, and I kind of blew past that. So forced my dad in retirement too. It's like, you're done, sir.
That's an awesome thing, man.
On my mother, because I want her to retire. She's supposed to retire this year.
That's awesome, dude. I'm so proud of you, man. I remember we talked privately and all that stuff came up, and just to see you be able to help support them now, man, and have fun doing it is
crazy.
Those are things I live for as a viewer, because we're all viewers at the end of the day, guys. Like we all are. And I go and I support Loco, I support Burke, I support all my friends that have been there for me, and just to see them happy and see the growth, like those are the moments you live for. But know that it doesn't happen to everybody. Like luck does have a big part of it. I don't care what people say, and it may not be because it may be just a lucky break in time, position, game, or whatever.
It may be luck depending on work,
Yeah. But also remember that streaming is not the only avenue. There's so many. That's why we're doing this show. There's so many avenues. Like for me, I may never be a 5,000 person streamer, but I may be a great host one day, or I might, be a part of Twitch and doing stuff with DJ Wheat all day. Who knows? But that's, I look at streaming as a doorway, and it's up to me to walk through and choose a path, And same thing for Burke and everybody else. Who knows what might come? I mean, Loco doing this, some big video game company might come and say, hey, we're doing this show. You'd be perfect for it. And we need to teach people about the business and change the game. And she'd be perfect for it,
I would hire a Loco if I was a game designer.
Right? Absolutely.
She would be the face of my company.
Yeah, PR, marketing, that's her. She might have went to school for biological warfare. But
I want to see your wall fight.
But yeah, her marketing and her PRs and like her intelligence when it comes to doing things professionally. I go to her all the time to have her proofread my stuff, and she rips it apart. But she did, dude. Like it was like, I'll never forget. It was the hosting thing. I sent her my, she's like, for God's sakes, capitalize the dang company. What is wrong? I was just like, yes, ma'am. I forgot. Okay. So, but I'm telling you, man, it's good to have people to lean on like that, though, and their streams.
I still use her as my example because every time people ask me, I want to get into streaming, I'm like, do the Loco thing, then. Do your research, get your art made, get your channel set up. Don't go into it cold. Test stream. Do all that stuff. So when you start and you go live, it's just like, bam, here I am. I've been 10 years.
Bam.
My mods were constantly going, dang, Burke, Loco just started, man. She's killing you, man. You know that?
Ow.
Oh, jeez.
She don't lie.
That's what I was hearing. I was like, why didn't you start like her? How come you didn't do your artwork and all that and everything? I was like, I don't know.
Everyone has their different paths and ways of Twitch. I mean, people find sometimes it takes longer to find what works for you and what you can hit. I mean, for a while, I've always done well in variety streaming, and sometimes it just takes the right game. Like for you, the string of grand strategy games that came out and RTSs and stuff. I mean. And now what? Now you're just doing your thing. Everyone has a different path and trajectory. So, but that is gonna do it for us, guys. We are past our time. This has been great. Burke has been a riot, and it's been a lot of good discussions. So we're gonna do some shout outs, starting with Burke. If you could tell us where to find you, we'll link you in the stream.
You can find me at Weight Watchers on the stage. I'm at twitch.tv/. Is that right? BurkeBlack.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where I'm at. Yeah. Look,
Twitter. Linking these in the chat for you guys.
Big fat dude dressed up as a pirate. You're in the right place. Okay.
Boom.
Right place.
DJ,
All right.
where are you?
Yep.
Who are you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/DJ Tech Live, Twitter and Instagram, pretty much anywhere social media DJ Tech Live, besides Facebook, because I don't do that. YouTube as well, DJ Tech Live. 6 days a week on the channel, Tuesday through Sunday, trying to do our thing. And you may see me on stage certain times. So check it out.
And thank you guys for being here, guys. You can find me at twitch.tv/loco or loco2525 on Twitter. Exclamation point host and exclamation point guest will give you our links if you are too lazy to type that in. And if you're watching the VOD, we'll have links below to us too. So that's
Where can they go to find all this stuff?
What?
StreamerSquare.
Oh, yeah. Also, StreamerSquare.com. And you should follow us on Twitter.com/StreamerSquare as well, because that's where we announce the show and you can find out about our guests and stuff like that. So definitely check
and
it out.
all kinds of streaming information.
Yeah, all kinds.
All those links in
All
chat, guys.
kinds.
Just click away. But seriously,
Love the
it's
Hodge twins.
been a pleasure. Burke, you're awesome. We're gonna have to have you back sometime.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Two awesome people here.
Thanks so much.
Thank you guys for watching, guys. It's been awesome. We'll see you guys next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been The Stream Scene with your host, Loco, DJ Tech Live, and guest BurkeBlack. Of course, I'm not going to leave you out. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.